Welcome back to Stories to D4. I'm your Dungeon Master, Matthew, and this is Coco, one of our table familiars here, and I'm really excited you've decided to come back and go on another adventure with us. I don't have a lot in terms of announcements today, so we can jump right into things with our players here in just a moment, but we've had a couple of sessions in the recent past where our adventurers have defeated some great enemies. They have finally conquered some major foes that they've been working on for several months. And we've started a new adventure recently. So if you're not fully caught up, don't worry, you're at a very nice jumping back in point. In terms of actual announcements here, I just want to let you kind of remind everyone that, hey, if you like what we're doing here, you can follow us on social media over on our Twitter where we post all of our updates. And we have a freely available Discord, which you can find in the links below. With that, I want to bring it out to our friends. We have a slightly smaller table today.
We do.
I feel an absence.
Victoria is gone. She's going to be returning here next week. I know it's dead. Yeah. She died.
No, she's at the world's greatest or largest pistachio. That's where
she is at the world's largest.
She did go see a giant pistachio and a huge camel. If I'm being honest, there's a lot of cool sights on her trip.
Is it the world's largest camel?
It's made of rock. Maybe. Oh. But wherever in the world Victoria is, we're very excited that she's enjoying a wonderful vacation with her family, and we'll be seeing her shortly, a couple days. Guys, we actually mentioned something on the session last week, so we can kind of do a follow-up. We had our tournament. We went to a tournament for Star Wars Legion.
We did.
They did.
We did.
We did. Victoria did, and then immediately left. Amanda stayed and had a nice, relaxing weekend.
I did have a nice
You didn't wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
You didn't go on a 2-hour drive somewhere, only to drive 2 hours back the same day.
But we got to roll a lot of dice between the drive and the drive there and drive back.
Don't roll
got
dice
some
and
goodies on the way back. That was fun.
That's true.
Video recap, nowhere.
But so, kind of doing a repeat from last week, I just want to mention that going out and visiting either your local game store or the game stores maybe whenever you're passing through other places is a fantastic experience, whether you're like us and you play war games and tabletop role-playing games, or maybe you have other hobbies you like, such as card games like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. There's lots of nerdy hobbies out there that I absolutely recommend you stop by your local store.
You're not a nerd.
And support them. Hobbies need it, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Guys, I normally have more preamble. I'm a dungeon master, and we all famously like to talk way too much. But other than doing a session recap in a second, I don't think I have any more announcements. What about y'all? Do we have Crit Corner? I feel like it's been 3 or 4 sessions.
We only have crits in the Crit Corner.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's
the
the
dice
best
were
crit
on
corner.
our side.
It's okay.
Ralnor had 1.
Oh, little Ralnor.
Ralnor had 1 crit. Me also had 1 crit.
Okay.
DM had 3 crits.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then at the table, our Ismini, the one that's not here, had 3 crits.
Are we
Ismini
cursed?
tied with me?
Yeah, we
Victoria beat me though, because that's 3 on Ismini, 1 on Ralnor. Victoria beat
rolled.
me here.
Victoria's dice were rolling hot.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm not sure if Victoria's seeing this live, I think she'll be watching this here tomorrow. Go ahead and place this right where Victoria sits. I'm going to put one of our bicycles, our DM inspiration, right where she sits. Oh no, next to the bullet. Perfect. She's here in spirit and on the camera. That's okay. So what we're going to do, if there's nothing else, we can just go into a recap and bring you back to where we were last week.
Where can they find our previous sessions if they want to catch up?
If you want to catch up, you can see our previous sessions. We put our VODs here on Twitch, but also we upload our videos a couple days after on our YouTube channel. Again, that will be linked below wherever you're watching this.
And it's free.
It is free.
YouTube is free
yes.
until Google decides otherwise.
Yeah.
It's true. All right, well, with that, let's do a quick recap so I can bring us back to the adventures of the Defiant Smiles. Last week, our heroes had a bit of downtime, spending their hours, days, and even weeks completing a couple different projects and resting after many hard-fought battles. Our heroes were gathering equipment like Laurentius's new magical shield. Some of them were doing research on the painter and whatever happened to Kentisia Crawford, his currently missing wife. And Ililie, for example, was working on both forging and enchanting her weapons, imbuing the magical powers of the fragment of Martyr's Lament into her mithril rapier. But we also had maybe one of my favorite moments in our downtime was when Mycilia and Ililie Arundel visited Tayrilla, returning to learn a little bit about what had been happening with divine magic and the strange errant properties that some practitioners of the divine had been having lately. Additionally, Ililie has obtained her fourth Amicure? Fourth Amicure flower from
Number
the Tayrillans. And so our players spent downtime getting back up to speed in order to eventually leave the city and travel northward to the Tournament of Blades. But before they could leave, they had to pick up their... I've lost my words for a moment. They had to pick up their employer, Princess Josephine Augusta Marie Mudrust, or as they like to call her, Jam. The princess had hired the Defiant Smiles to be her escort as she traveled the lands to make her way northward to the Tournament of Blades, a massive an international tournament where powerful warriors, adventurers, and a couple of people that you might just call monsters all battle it out for prizes and honor in their home kingdoms. The party was very excited to get to leave alongside the princess, though they were given a stern talking to by Tiburon the Watcher before they could leave the city. Headed along the western roads, along familiar paths through where they were many, many months ago, it was relatively peaceful on their trip to the west to eventually make their way to a river where they could board a ferry and make their way northward. Unfortunately, before they could make it to their destination, our party came upon a ransacked caravan just outside of the city of Carcosa. This caravan had a number of abandoned horses that had been slain, guards and protectors who had all been defeated, and strange pieces of saddles and armor, and even the interior of this fine nobleman's carriage had been ripped off as if something had been stolen from here. The nobleman inside, a deceased water genasi, bore a signet ring with the house Atala. This nobleman, as well as the area our party was in at the moment, is known as is a member of the Vorux Empire, a powerful kingdom west of Eltz, led by a mighty red dragon. After finding the caravan, the party sensed that something was wrong and noticed a collection of Drow, or dark elves, who had come to the surface and for some reason were attacking caravans and passers-by. The party attacked the Drow, even though they were outnumbered. The Drow identified themselves as servants of the striking Spinneret. But the party found a solution to the Drow's mighty conflict: fire. And with a combination of scorching rays, firebolts, and fireballs, all of the Drow were swiftly defeated and the princess unharmed. And that's where we're going to begin our session here tonight.
Fire solves everything.
Can we... You... Yes.
To get more specific of what you're all seeing here, just to kind of bring us back into this moment. You are some 30 yards, approximately, from the road itself, which you can still see as Ismini has returned, walking back with this lit torch, Ralnor at her side, in order to ensure that there aren't any more of these Drow going towards your wagon that you brought with you. Mm-hmm. You're in a grassy field that is up around chest height for an average human. There are several unconscious, some in just various states of groaning and pain, but not dead Drow here. You've got about a half dozen of these Drow, most notably one of which was a Drow Shadowblade, much more powerful and well-trained than the rest. His weapon discarded after the fireball blew up the trees he was running along the branches of. But luckily, because this copse of tree is relatively small and was quite well healthy, it is unlikely for this fire to spread in any major way. There was a healthy rainy season this year, and it's early enough into summer that nothing here has become too brittle and dry. It is nighttime, solidly dark outside to the point where you would be using your dark vision and torchlight, or in the case of right now, the dancing lights spell that Laurentius has wisely used. All of these people here are currently still alive, and if you would have liked to have spent the past couple of moments making sure none of them are making death saves, you can go ahead and kind of hand wave through that.
Can we tie them up in the classic truss so we gather them all together?
Sure.
So they're not tied up separately. If
Yeah.
one of them will try to run, they have to take the others.
Can I have a quick investigation check from any number of you that would like to as you're working together on this? Unless one of you is just standing watch. That would be my only
I'll
comment.
give it a try.
Okay.
Not great at this.
Oh, it's better than me.
11.
Same.
8.
Okay.
11.
An 11 is one
Our
success.
party
That's
is
okay.
hurting.
You all take some
It's dark.
time and begin binding up these men here. Now they are all men. These are a total of 6 of these drow men here that you've quickly done a decent job just checking, make sure people don't have weapons. You do find one hidden piece of equipment on the drow shadow blade. Well, his actual sword itself has already been removed, made of its strange blackened material. You do find a masterwork silver dagger that had been stealthily hidden along his left leg. It looks to be
Nice.
relatively valuable, but does not appear on first glance to be a magical item. The men here, some of them kind of dizzily looking around, not fully there from the events of the fight. The Shadowblade fully unconscious, requiring either quite a bit of rest or magical healing. No one's immediately talking here.
Did we find any of the parts of the carriage that had been removed on them?
As you kind of have looked through here, you can't help but notice
Or clothing?
they're not wearing backpacks. These people here don't appear to have ways of carrying any large volume of anything.
I'm gonna start at one end for the first conscious one and just ask, "Where's your base of operations?"
I'll menace behind him.
You're a little menace behind.
I'm not gonna help. Very charismatic, so I won't ask questions, but I can menace.
That's her.
Okay, this is kind of an interesting thought.
Just mean
Give me
mugging.
an intimidation. Are you saying anything more than that?
Nope. Just
Okay.
not breaking eye contact, though. Where's your base of operations?
Intense.
First one's. Connor, no! I hate making that sound because there's a terrible fear making the sound.
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
I'm good. I didn't spit in your face. But the first elf spits in your face. He just mutters on in Elvish. Here's just
We all
trait.
speak Elvish.
You're all elves.
Oops, all elves.
It is elves again.
I'll
Is Meanie calls from the road. I speak Elvish too.
I'll prestidigitate the spit off my face, and then I will telepathically bond with him and say, "Where's your base of operations?"
Give me an intimidation check with advantage. This is coming from they've been defeated, you've shot fire, you've got a Lillier backing you up. You're a heavily armed, clearly well-trained fighter.
Yeah.
You are scary.
I also dropped a fireball on their leader.
You did.
17.
17. Okay. This first one here, kind of just sitting here, as he kind of, you watch as his lips quivering, he's clenching and unclenching his jaw, unsure. The one next to him kind of looks at him and begins shouldering at him, telling him to shut up.
Don't lie. I'll know.
Oh, that's so scary. But you watch as this one looks. You let me be free?
Sure, I'll let you lead the way.
You watch as kind of the one next to him is kind of just staring at him. There's just hatred, fury at the very idea of them talking to him. Just begins talking about you. You hear all these collection of slurs for surface worlders, these unkind terms for uplanders,
Okay,
and
so
for
we're not
those of
pure
mixed
elves.
birth. These angry drow cursing him out, and she's like, "Bring me away from them."
Sure. You got these guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool. So you two are gonna want to stay behind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say
Would
behind
you like the princess with you or no? Your choice.
How
She's
is
fully
she-
uninjured.
cool. And she's not freaking out or anything, right?
No, she's caught her resolve. You guys have already won. She's here. You're not stabbing them through the leg right now. You're not doing anything
Yeah, she can
evil.
stay with us. We're not going to
Jim,
torture
do you want to help
her.
us menace? It's so fun.
Torture
Sorry,
you. We're just
menace?
It's
scaring.
where you just like make yourself look as threatening as possible, and sort of the implication of violence does the work for
Standing
you.
there menacingly.
You stare at
He's
the princess
menacing.
with her incredibly large earrings and like, yeah, she's wearing a little leather, a little piece of leather armor here, but there is still some of her silken shirt is just poking out. I could try to menace.
Let's menace.
You need a weapon, though, so you might want to pull out your...
She
has her
draws from her pocket dimension a small rapier.
There you go.
It's just to clarify, as a reminder, she has a small magical loop on her belt that allows her to draw and sheath
So
her
cool.
weapon. So as these women begin to kind of communicate and menace with the other Drow, you take one of them aside. Why are you working with them? Are they your... Do they serve your broodmother?
Without answering your question indirectly, who do you think we're working with?
I'm gonna see how smart this person is. I actually genuinely have... Oh, man!
They're very smart.
Ooh!
He turned a page.
Hyattberry sent you, right?
Hyattberry.
And you've heard this name before. You were told by the princess this is the Varuxi lord who is in charge of the city you're going to, Carcosa. Carcosa is along the river, the Heartstring River, and that river is how you're going to get north to the Tournament of Blades.
Right.
Okay. Will you please spell Hyattberry?
Hyattberry.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Is it like the Hyatt in Berry? But okay.
Yeah.
I'm used to being tricked.
Yeah.
It could be Silent Z.
I assumed he sent you after... Well,
That's a safe assumption. My question still stands. Where's your base?
I'll tell you, but you have to let me leave. They're already going to kill me for talking to you. She'll know where I am. I'll have to go.
Okay. I would suggest maybe turning a new leaf on your current employment. You may end up in
Listening
a
to the way you
similar
speak,
situation.
he kind of leans in. His method of speech is slightly distinct. It's not so much. It isn't incorrect. Doesn't seem like he's lacking in education, but it's a fundamentally different dialect than you're used to. You're having to really listen here to a lot of the way these words are spoken. It is Elvish being used, not Undercommon. That was your question.
We heard some of the elves speak at that tavern. Do they sound like them?
If you want to talk to me about it when you're in the sequence, cool?
Okay. Sorry.
No.
Wait,
That's a good question.
He's
though.
dropping.
Thorn would pick up on that.
It's like, I don't know what the hell an accent is.
We've been gathering silver from the city and from those who've passed through to line his pockets. Our mistress demanded it. One of the mines has a tunnel that the Uplanders have thought was collapsed. We have a way through. I can tell you how to get there, but you have to let me leave.
Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Why is it silver that you're collecting and not gold? And I'll let you go.
Give me a persuasion check. This is a big one. Ooh, is that a bad fit? Oh no, Connor!
Oh man,
What is that?
Good, 27.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So Connor, I sometimes will say an expression, you at home have seen this, where I'll say 1 success or 2 success in this one. Well, in this one, that's gonna be 3 successes.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I rolled very poorly. Our mistress was sent for fetch silver. Carcosa is famous. It has a wealth of it, and she needs it for her rituals. We are so far away from the venom pits to the north, and she needs it for her seeing. Our priestess, he kind of is trying to find a way to explain. She communes with the Spider Queen. But to do so, she's been requiring more and more silver. She... Well, it sounds like you're going to want to meet her.
I think I'm obligated to.
I think at this point, when he's giving you some more information about where he's talking about, it is a mine shaft found by a beautiful gray oak tree. I'm gonna go ahead and go back over to the others here because I don't want to leave anyone out. Because at this point, there starts to be some angry, the Shadow Blade having awoken is looking over. You all shut your mouths. He's looking at the other Drow here. We will tell you nothing, Uplanders.
Hey, we're all elves here. Well, mostly.
Mostly.
Mostly. I liked your little silver dagger. It's very cute.
Servants of the moon. A lot of you.
It's making a lot of assumptions about, my personal religious beliefs.
I mean, he's right on mine. but-
Yeah, you got her pegged. Good job.
Good job there.
Perhaps it's like all of the moon motifs you have going on.
You are
Blue
covered. You got the sigil. You got her sigils on your face. You got a huge moon amulet.
Frankly, if he didn't know, I would
You have
I
a
would
moon
worry.
tramp stamp.
I mean, basically.
If he got it wrong, we had to have concussed him or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And brain damage.
Clearly brain damage. Yeah.
All that fire and the smoke went to his brain. Yeah.
Yeah, are you good with all the, fire that we dropped on you?
It's got TBI.
He is burned.
A little singed, yeah.
Why do we still yet draw breath?
Why would we kill you?
You truly are an Uplander, aren't you?
Well, I'm technically from the north, if that's what you mean by up, but...
At this point, the other Drow is looking back and forth between.
I'll quip all day,
there-
man. You can...
Be fair. Your mistress is probably going to kill you for us. You did fail her.
I don't like being I don't like being interrogated.
I feel like we could make you into some sort of weird mistress. We could put you in some silks. I think purple
Throw a
could be
few
your
extra
color.
Legs on you.
Yeah, some extra legs sound fun.
He just looks up and down. None would call a mistress someone so cream and pink.
Well, if you want her to change outfits, that's what we were literally discussing.
I could learn alter self, turn myself different colors if I needed to.
You would dare. He is incredibly offensive and starts talking about that super
When he gets
messed up.
mad, he gets darker purple.
Well, that's okay. So you guys, am I to understand you are just clowning on him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
having fun.
cool.
But
I'm gonna
letting
jump
him
back
do
over.
the
If
actual
you're trying to
interrogation.
extract information from their
We're not.
leader.
We're not. He
Okay.
seems like a zealot.
Yeah, he's
And
and
I'm-
someone who would never tell us
we
anything.
He's
start,
indoctrinated for sure.
We start messing around with his cool blade.
Yeah.
I can't believe that 3 6s is so many. I did not plan on that. This Drow man, who at this point would have told you his name, is Jeranath.
Jaren.
No, it's not Jaren. We'll let you know a couple pieces of information. Now, if there's something specific, because I could tell you a couple things I want, but if you want to give me 2 or 3 specific things you'd like to know about their hideout, maybe I could give you what he knows.
Traps. Any traps we should be on the lookout for?
Ask about Highberry.
You will want to take care not to, stand too close while inside our encampment. There are several pits that have been set, which waited for uplanders or anyone traveling in too tight of a group, cause you to fall, we've set up a few different spider pits.
Okay.
You're so themed.
Yeah!
Hey,
Yeah!
same.
I mean, look at mine. Mine's like the moon and
Yeah.
elf ears. Okay, so you're told that there are a couple of different traps that have been set up throughout the encampment. And also, more importantly, a wire trap at the mouth of the cave that could cause a collapse.
Okay.
But now that you're aware of it, you'd likely be able to catch that.
Ask about Highberry.
Yeah, you guys can talk. You guys, it's only 3 players. You can. If
I didn't know if he told you that telepathically or
And
not.
then what's your issue with Highberry other than you ransacking his land essentially?
We have the same issue with Highberry as a purple worm has with the Umber Hulks who lurk in her lair. He has what we want.
Silver?
Silver. We will leave when we have what we need.
Where will you go?
We'll return north. Make our way back to Stipax. Make a history check for me. And you can even roll this with advantage, because I don't think you'll get it either way.
Stipax?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going to walk over and someone else will be like, what did you learn?
Hey, I'm gonna say, what did you learn? Because I'm good at history.
I wrote it down, so I didn't
Right.
forget.
Roll the history check just for later so you can tell us what.
With advantage?
With advantage.
Honestly, not that bad for me.
20 is the DC.
Fuck. 13.
13, you have.
Well, 15.
It's okay. No, it's important to know. It's okay
Yeah.
to. In this case, you have not heard this name. You're pretty confident
Yeah.
it's not something you're familiar with. And if you have, no information is in there. You delve deep into your mind palace, searching through the empty bookshelves of the library of your mind.
So many cobwebs.
Does he have a copy of Dusk, though? When you learned to read, did you read? No, he can.
Lots of
It's a pop-up book.
It's all picture.
Moving
When
things.
was only
Okay,
recently taught about
Convince
it,
me
right?
that Elle hasn't explained the entire plot of Dusk to
It just went in one
It's
ear.
that
out
and
the
then
other.
like a few stand-up routines.
some crowd work tips.
I would request you return my bow and quiver to me, and I will march in whatever direction you ask.
Tell you what, I can give you your bow and your quiver. I can't give you the arrows. You might have to make some of your own. Does that seem fair?
Very well.
For your freedom?
These fucking dice are telling me some stories. You don't serve her, do you? They talk sometimes of upland Drow. Do you not hear her call? Does her web not spin in your heart?
You're talking about the Spider Queen, I assume?
Do you? What is the face you're giving off? Like, are you? Do you? I want to. Here's what I'm saying. I would like to make an insight check against you. I want to know. Do you know much about the Spider Queen? I rolled pretty poorly though. So
No. Thorn does not know, like, hardly anything about the Spider Queen, other than it's a common Drow
she's the
thing.
mother of our people.
I missed that meeting.
She will bind the moon.
To what?
Everyone immediately tenses up with that.
I shrugged. I don't know what y'all are talking about. We already knew this.
He begins almost like a partial sermon, but there's so much confusion.
Hold on. Jarnath, I do hear voices.
You're telling this random person about the voice.
You want to tell about the
Please
voices?
tell someone
But-
about his trauma.
I don't know if it's Webby.
No male can speak with the Spider Queen.
That's what I said.
I mean, I don't know the sex of the voice that I've been talking to, but it could be anything.
You've heard the voice pretty. It's very inhuman.
Yeah.
It's outside of what you could really easily identify. It's deep.
It could be a queen.
Hi, Distals. They have bound us so tightly. You're not even aware of how free you are up here.
I can understand somewhat of what you're coming from, but I definitely haven't experienced it. And so that's why I'm willing to let you go. See what you can do in the world with your freedom.
With that kindness, two things. First, very good, Connor. Yeah. All of that. Another DM inspiration out today. We're giving out like candy today. It's fine. Yeah.
We
They're gonna
spend
keep
it
that.
like candy. It's all right.
Yeah, I don't mind.
I like candy.
Kiori. Kiori Tula, our priestess here. We've served her for some time. She's of low birth, but of course she is still a matron. She injured herself some weeks ago, excuse me. Her left leg. If you do face her, well, survival of the fittest.
Sweep the leg. Got it.
With that, you give him his bow and quiver with no arrows.
Yeah. I don't want to walk away with and be like,
He's gonna fully go
Arrow.
southeast. He's going the opposite direction as the town is. He would,
good idea.
Towards Elton.
yeah, towards. Well, yes, but also
heading
toward. He's gonna hit the sea if he keeps going too far. What are we doing with the rest of the Drow, guys?
Do you communicate the stuff to us?
I'll wait until we're not with the party of Drow,
Oh.
but I'll tell you later.
We could march them with us to where we're going.
Was this like 6 Drow that we'd be taking?
You picking 5 Drow?
5 Drow?
Well, here's the choices.
You could. You've got rope.
I thought it was 6 plus the shadow. Okay, 5. Okay.
If I miscounted, well,
No,
it's canon now.
I probably miscounted.
Oh, I didn't.
I don't know enough.
I don't have it in my notes if it was 5 or 6 generics.
Yeah.
We'll say you have 5 people left.
5. Cool.
Cool.
As long as you don't give them a full night's rest, they're mechanically, you would know they're not really a threat.
Yeah. Also,
You could just
once the sun comes up, they're really not going to be much of a threat either.
I kind of don't feel super great about leaving these guys out to the sun.
No.
I don't know if it's much better to.
It won't kill them.
it won't burn.
I
They
know.
just won't like
No.
it.
But like, it
it's-
feels bad, you know.
Would you like to?
I'm less murderous now.
It's not murdery to leave them in the sun.
You would know.
We went on trial.
give
If
them
you'd
some
like to make me the
sunglasses.
gosh, I don't know if you can fail this. Can you make me a medicine check real quick?
Do you want
Or-
to know my history check on that name?
No, I want you to keep that until you've decided.
Okay,
you're
I'm
talking
writing
about
it down.
Great, I trust you.
Okay.
Make me either a history or a medicine check to know about the Drow when it comes to the sun.
I'm gonna go with history.
Okay.
26.
26. Okay, cool. DC was 5 for the first part, so
Okay.
5 successes.
I
Nailed it.
did
4
beat that
successes.
one. I beat that one.
Yeah. So the Drow have a sensitivity to sunlight, as do many of the Underdark races, but it is much more akin to taking someone's glasses, giving them a headache, than it is to torture. It is unpleasant. Now, it's unpleasant in the sense where everyone's just going to sit here with their eyes. They're going to be squinting. They're not going to be looking. They're going to be looking down. Like, it'd be torturous to hold it'd be a monstrous thing that people did. It's one of the great injustices of like people would hold Drow eyes open to make them look at the sun. That's horrible. That will actually you can kill someone eventually. Like you can blind
Yeah.
them permanently. You can damage their body with
Okay, I feel better.
They're not vampires.
We could
You
leave
would know
them here, but we'd have to be pretty secure. I think that one pointing to the Shadow
Tell you
Blade
what.
is wily.
How about we say, take that dagger we took from him, we place it somewhere in the woods, and we leave them.
Did you
in the
Did you guys
woods.
want his shadow blade, by the way?
Yes, might as well take it.
Sure.
Could sell it later.
Yeah, we could march them out of the woods, leave them tied up to a tree, and march back in.
Shadow blade sword. Yeah, we'll take his sword and we'll just leave him here.
I have
and
my-
we'll say, the dagger will be somewhere, and then we'll go hide it somewhere. They can find it.
Sounds good by
We'll
me.
just have to go as a group.
We can do it.
Okay, so we're gonna leave the Drow here. That's fine.
Yeah.
You guys taking some time here, eventually make your way back to the wagon. The tied up Drow being left on the side of the road, passing by the carnage that was the attack the Drow initially did here to the passersby on the road. And make your way, continuing west-northwest to Carcosa.
I just want to avoid babysitting 5
Yeah,
angry
no,
drow.
that's fair.
you know?
Catching up during
Taking
this
them
time,
to a place where they know the lay of the land and
Right.
could probably murder us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you
fair.
hear about Stipax, excuse me.
Yeah. That's going to be 25. 14
25.
will die.
That is one success.
That's one success.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
20.
tied for 2. It's kind of a weird edge case. You have heard of this. It is but you don't have a look with 25. You do not know the precise location of it. It is a famed Drow capital city, that represents the bulk of the Underdark Drow here in Gren, on the continent that you're currently standing on. You know it's somewhere to the north. It's thought to be somewhere beneath the kingdom of Issel. But other than that, there's not really, unless there's a specific question you have, there's not all that much you would know.
Actually,
Please.
more of a question, actually, for Mai. When we hear about she's taking more and more silver, what divine magics require silver?
Ooh,
Because I
love
wonder
that.
if she's having a harder and harder time contacting.
That's what I was
Loth.
thinking.
Yes, I will allow 2 players to roll on that Arcana check if you'd like.
I
Oh, how about this? An Arcana and a Religion check if you'd like different things.
Religion for me.
Would you like to do an Arcana check while we're here?
Sure. I'm not the best ever at this. Oh, that's not good.
An 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
14.
I rolled bad.
Okay, with a 14, good news, bad news. I'm going to start with the 8, though, to go somewhere low. Unfortunately, when it comes to the broad question, what can silver be used for? All you really know is that silver is a generally high-quality regent used for divine, arcane, magic, alchemy. It's a commonly used thing. Silver, there's a reason most of the world runs on silver. It's valuable. It's not as valuable as gold, but it has a lot of practical uses. With a 14, I can tell you a little bit more there, but also go ahead and roll over to one other little piece of information you may have glossed over here. Now, silver is often associated with divination magic.
Yeah.
Specifically. So the realm of learning knowledge or seeing places far away, informational magic in a lot of ways. Incredibly powerful diviners are seers and people who can look into the future or even gaze upon events long since past.
Yeah.
But you don't get any sense of anything particular. I'm just explaining what divination magic is as a whole.
I remember the
Yeah.
like scrying and
Yeah.
like locate objects.
I know you played a 20th level divination wizard.
Yeah.
I know, but
That's player knowledge though, not
so divination magic is often associated with silver, but it's also used for specifically magical item creation. So making objects to be imbued with magic is the other very common use of silver. So like if you wanted to make magical neon lights, you'd have a trail of powdered silver in there that is then enchanted further with other stuff. It's very common for divination and making magic items.
Okay, cool. I thought it might be divination or some sort of what is the word? Not arcane.
Divine magic.
Yeah, it's divine magic, but it's not divination.
Right.
It's
also
confusing.
there's a lot of divine spells that use it as well.
Yeah.
But you can't be sure with the information you have.
Yeah.
One thing you can be sure of is that sword you've picked up made of this. You can see there's like black and steel, but now looking closer, it's actually thin layers folded between steel and this black glass material. This weapon itself is not magical, though it is well made and could potentially be enchanted. The magical abilities of that Shadow Blade, you as a magus would realize this. What they were doing was imbuing the spell Darkness into its swings, similar to how you perform spell striking. But to do that, they have their natural magic abilities of a drow. It could be taught.
Can I keep the sword?
Sure.
I'm going to take it apart into little bits and feed it to my sword.
That's fair.
Okay.
Little bits.
I'll keep my sword though.
Yeah, I don't
like my
want your
sword.
actual sword.
I like my sword though.
Unless you...
I
Yes.
was gonna wield
like
it. I was.
Realm
Okay.
immediately tries to steal everyone's swords.
No.
I mean, unless... Wait. Actually, do you want to try to figure out how to use this? It used an innate drow
I just
thing, so...
I don't figure out. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the doing is you figuring it out. Like, I have to clarify that you are figuring it out as you do.
Think it through though.
Okay, well, why don't you just swing this and see what happens? Try doing your... Okay.
Hack down some grass.
God.
Swinging through. Swinging through.
Why don't you try to feel
It's a
something?
decently well-balanced blade. Now, your weapon here is a plus what? Your personal sword?
+2.
Yeah.
It isn't. It feels. I don't want to use cars as the metaphor here, but it is. It is like you've been riding on the king's, like the Kingsguard white stallion,
Yeah.
and now you are riding a mule comparatively.
Yeah, I got
sturdy.
the Ferrari double clutch, and now I'm riding
Honda Civic
like a
from 1990.
No, you're in a Kia.
like a Toyota Tercel or something.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But no,
Ford Focus.
actually, but I'm being a little bit harsh. It's not that this sword is bad. It's
Yeah.
it's a masterwork weapon. It's probably valuable, though who to sell it to, you're not quite sure.
Just try
Do you want me to?
pushing your magic through it.
Well, my magic comes from this thing, and
No, your magic comes from all the gems that you ate.
no, I can cast spells because of this thing, and it's the ruby through my sword.
Oh,
That's why.
That's fair. Okay, let me try.
Thorn, make me an intelligence check.
The ruby's gonna tell you to eat the sword.
12.
Thorn, before you had these powers, there was one trick you could do, often to get out of work at the bar. You could make a field of darkness.
Should I do the thing?
Yes, I'm so desperate for you to do the thing.
Okay, darkness.
So this is exciting because you don't know how to do this technique. So you're just going to try to do it.
I will.
The
really,
sword is helping.
darkness.
Yeah, the sword is going to help you.
You're saying
You
it
have
out loud,
advantage on
Thorn.
this.
I fart a little as
I need you to roll 2d20s. It's an intelligence check. I need you to see if you can roll a natural 20 with advantage.
Just imagine Thorn going like, darkness.
I rolled 2 18s. Does that count?
Damn.
So the 17 total or 16 total?
16 total.
16
yeah.
total. He brings up the blade. You watch as it streaks through the air, a slash of darkness appear before suddenly the spell sort of fizzles and breaks. A sphere of darkness appears like you've always done, like a big sphere, and then cracks and the spell is lost. It's possible, but you'd have to train.
I want to do that.
It is very... The thing is, you have the natural ability, you have the mage's training. So it's not something... Both of you
If we could
are
combine
missing
into
something.
a single person, we would be Gucci.
You just need Patara earring.
Yeah, maybe
That's all we
maybe
need.
we can just do like a ghost thing, like you stand behind me and
Oh my God.
hands and I swing it and then you get the technique.
We could try. It just seems kind of impractical in the heat of battle for me to like
so much less
cradle
romantic.
you.
I meant training, not in the heat of battle. It has nothing to do with
Do that.
romantics or anything.
You could.
Put your
Cursed.
hand on my hip.
Oh no, this is... I'm back on. I'm back on board
It's
now.
so funny.
But so if you'd like, you can toss us into the cart.
There you go. Have fun with your
I'm gonna rip it to shreds.
shadow sword.
And then I'm gonna figure out how to do that thing that you're doing.
I'll take it
that
off
I
my
can't
sheet
do
then.
because of my
What thing?
the thing where you can magically make darkness appear at will. The
Oh,
thing
yeah.
I
I've
can't
just
do.
been able to do that for a while, even before this.
This is terrible. I would trade all of the riches and noble birth in the world for innate magical ability.
You have that as an elf.
Uh-huh.
Like, can you have that?
I just want all of them.
Oh,
You just want to be a sorcerer instead.
No, I want to be a sorcerer and a magus.
Ah, okay.
that seems ideal.
But like just all.
Yes.
Oh, all the benefits.
So my question is this, guys.
Also the
It's
aids.
currently late. You know that if you were to make camp, you could, in the morning, depart and get to Carcosa before noon. Or you could ride through the night and make it there by dawn.
Do you want to ride through the night so we don't run into the Drow again?
You don't all have to stay up even.
Or do you want to camp?
Ismini will be the lookout for whoever.
How's everybody feeling?
I'm fine if we want to just go through the night.
I'm fine. Jam, you don't mind going through the night?
You can rest in the car.
You can super sleep in the cart. Just don't get a crick in your neck because it's really annoying.
Oh. That sounds like an adventure.
No, it's like genuinely annoying.
If I tie Tenebris to the back of the cart, can we take shifts? Like
Easily.
driving? Okay, cool.
Ismini will help with one of the shifts because you don't need that long.
Cool.
So just to kind of hand wave things a little bit there.
Yeah. Hand wave.
Hand wave with some dice rolls.
I don't like the face you're making. Uh-oh.
Seems they escaped.
You all continue heading northwest. You push through these roads slowly. Thorn, you're saying you're taking the cart?
Yeah, I'll take the.
I do ask for a con saving throw.
Okay.
Just for you're pushing through the night. You had a strenuous fight here.
I'm good.
Yeah, great.
Math 20.
Math 20, you were fine. You're a little groggy, but nothing that has any real effect. By the time you've had your morning Irish coffee, you'll be good.
Oh yeah. Drow coffee.
You all Drow coffee. Drow coffee has spider venom in it. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Drow everything is
It's
gross.
a bit spicy.
There's a very pleasant feeling in the morning. Ismini Callister sitting in the front of the cart, one leg just dangling off the side. Maybe a slight break in her normal nobility, like she's keeping her like poise here as you've been, I'm assuming, quietly riding for a couple of hours. You've got the reins here as the sun has just begun to crest to the west. Just off to the left of your vision, you can see the sky beginning to get the darkest of purples and oranges starting, hitting the tops of the, I would say, mostly overcast or cloudy skies here today. Nothing doesn't look like it's going to have a storm, but as the light begins kind of rising up here, you see something at the edge of your vision to the northwest. A city. Looks like a low stone wall around the outside there. From far away, you can't make out too many fine details, but you can see already a number of structures with this kind of sort of soft forest green rooftops off in the distance. Very clearly your destination of Carcosa. Probably 20 more minutes, 15 more minutes before you'll get there, unless you're going to really go fast. But if you'd like to start waking people up, you can. If you want to wait for them to be in town. Ralnor is up and vigilant, seeing kind of this bit of excitement. He's sitting kind of between you and Ismini, just kind of looking back and forth, little higher up. How are you doing this morning?
Tired.
Well, yes.
A little tired. I'm also kind of like, I guess, thinking more about the Drow, because this is probably my second interaction with Drow that I can remember.
Your father did not tend to have Drow at his tavern.
No.
His inn, rather.
Yeah.
Thinking back about Logan for a while is tough. As you kind of are looking around, you see your horse. You see your horse still walking alongside the cart, still tied up to one of the posts near the rear end. You gaze. You're sleeping in the cart as well at the moment? You're laying in the cart, not sleeping, I guess, I suppose, still meditating, resting. Somehow it almost seems like she doesn't have any of the rock and the tumble from the actual cart moving over this rough dirt and stone road. You see Ililia Arendral laying kind of sprawled out in the back middle of the cart. And you can't help but notice there's one more person laying in the back who is lying there with just one finger hooked around one of Elle's hands. Elle is
Busted.
entirely unaware.
Before marriage?
It is
Elves don't have marriage.
who you'd like to wake up first, but you're about to arrive at the city.
Who would I want to wake up first?
What a conundrum.
Also, there is Mini is just here. She's kind of relaxed. She does not appear to have noticed this and is just watching off in the horizon, keeping it head on a swivel.
I don't want to disturb. I don't want to touch the lizard. Don't really like the lizard.
The lizard sat by you all night.
I know. It doesn't mean I like him.
He's just trying to eat his shoes.
Wants to eat it all
He's
the
just
time.
waiting.
You keep having to stop him because
Biding
he's trying
his
to
time.
chew on Mycelia's staff. Wooden staff. He's like dangling over the side. He's
Okay, that's what it is.
What happens-
He'll try to do that again, and I'll like smack the staff, and for some reason I hit it wrong, and it ends up hitting you in the face.
bonks. Now remember, you're as a full-blooded elf here. You trance. You don't sleep. So as you're sitting here floating, remembering your previous lives.
Just hear,
you are
Ralnor, stop!
Struck in the back of the head by a quarterstaff, ever so slightly.
Sorry.
It's a beautiful morning.
Morning.
Morning. And then I am gonna look over at Elle and the princess.
I can't say anything. I'm unconscious.
Asleep.
Have they been like that all night?
There's a royally appropriate
this.
distance that has been set across.
Like,
But there's a long princess arm with a pinky hooked around.
Yeah, they're saving room for the gods, but not much room. You know what I'm
There's not
saying?
more between
You
them.
start measuring out the 9 spaces that need to be between them.
I think nothing happened while I was asleep.
Yeah, it's good.
Besides-
Smooth.
Somebody trying to.
Yeah, there might be some teeth marks on your staff, though.
You do look. There is a tiny, tiny tooth mark near the bottom of your staff. You could fix it. Absolutely, very easily. It'll buff out.
He's
Okay.
developed a weird taste for wood. I can't
for
imagine why.
magic. He eats magic.
You know, that's fair.
I'm sorry, I'm asleep. Can't say shit.
I will just reach over with my staff to poke Elle.
There you go.
Elle, good morning. You wake up, kind of gently awoken by one of your companions here, to a beautiful sky.
Everybody's just looking at you.
I look down. Okay.
Elle does not spontaneously combust.
Guess that narrows my options down.
That's
Well,
binding
You
in
might
some
want
countries.
to stop flirting with all the hot
What
women.
countries have you been to?
I don't know. I don't read.
I don't flirt with every hot NPC I see. I don't know what NPC is even.
The princess just kind of begins to awake. I'm an NPC?
I'm gonna extract
hot,
myself
too.
gently.
You, as the princess begins to stir, you actually want to quickly, like...
Yeah.
Okay, you remove all the evidence, you unhook your hand from hers.
You guys got sweaty pinkies.
I don't sweat. Do you sweat?
You sweat. I've seen you run.
The princess
We can mop up your sweat.
sits up, you see she's looking like...
Go
that-
back to
the
Arvandor,
silken-
man.
silken shirt. Sleeping in armor is not a good idea. So she got her silken shirt kind of sitting up, one of these tough woolen blankets, kind of, she begins pushing back over so she can kind of sit up. Oh, it's lovely.
Good
You
morning.
see this
Crick in your neck?
huge tuft of hair that is fully bulged out on one side. It's a bit refreshing waking up to the fresh air and, oh, look, farmers! And she begins waving out into one of the fields to the side. As you can see that you're not closer to town. The lands here aren't just random forests. It's going to be these fields of people who actually work them. You start seeing small houses and it looks like what look to be groups of families that all live together. Maybe even extended families that live together that are working the fields here early in the morning.
I'll rummage through my bag and be like, hand jam a comb. Like, you might want to fix the hair twice.
She fully turns away and just begins brushing her hair. She gets long, sort of, you know, like black hair, but when it's like almost black blue. You know what I'm talking about? And she just begins brushing her long hair here in the morning.
You can never let
Deep
someone
red
go
face.
without looking their best.
They prestidigitate my face to clean.
You are, of course, wise. And she'll do this and she'll begin to prestidigitate herself.
Just gonna poke his meanie in the cheek.
She'll join in on whatever you're doing here of the day. She is awake, but
Yeah.
she definitely is more tired than you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we heading straight there, or
We're on our way to Carcosa, yeah.
Yeah.
are we
can
heading
see-
straight to the hideout, or are we going to the city first?
I think we should park the cart, put the horses up, and
I
then
don't
hi
think we
to
should
the-
take the princess to the hideout.
Say hi
Maybe-
to the local
yeah.
nobility, shake the hands, do the
Yeah.
thing.
maybe not shake hands. Just let them know
Maybe
we're here.
report the murder we saw.
Prestidigitate your hands.
It would
please.
actually be more appropriate for a bow or a nod for those of you with any amount of noble blood. Varuxi customs.
Foreshadow
yeah,
that.
no, my mom's a Varuxi, but
Oh.
I don't care about customs typically. We normally just shake hands and piss people off.
Probably should report the murder. We at least know
I think
what house that the person we saw who's dead now.
it's usually easier to tell them once you fix the problem.
I really should speak with Sandros.
Ask for forgiveness.
and I've-
Yeah, I'm
Permission.
I'm with
Yeah.
Thorn on the maybe we
Yeah.
just tell them that we're going to go take care of something and we will be back and inform them. Jim, we appreciate the discretion.
Here you got a infestation.
Well,
That
once
feels weird.
Wrong to
It feels wrong to say.
Trying to go like a spider route.
I
and
get,
it didn't
I
come
get
out
it,
right.
I get it, but also it feels bad.
Just feel
Little
bad.
racist.
Hey,
no, he's a drow. He can say
he's
it.
a drow. He can do the microaggressions.
Get the draw card.
You go to
Do you-
Spider Pass.
Do you know
I
how
don't like any of these jokes. I want to keep
I can
going.
start reaching for my wallet?
move
You
on.
don't have an elf
No,
pass
just-
that you keep
No, get out of
around?
here.
Put it away.
As you begin, you're at this point. You're actually close enough to the town where they start just being structures. You're not to the towards the inner wall of the area or anything, but you can see there's a lot of the structures here are made of wood. There's not a lot of stonework that's going here, though some houses do have stone archways at the front. Doesn't look that there's a huge stonemasonry scene here. Large whitewashed wooden structures with forest green slats at the top. The town itself is beginning to awaken as well. It is quite early, so the people who are walking through here look to mostly be farmers. You see a smith walking hammer in hand to probably light the forges for the day.
Yeah, it just occurred to me,
We're good.
it's a little worrisome if these drow are indeed from Stipex, right? And they've left the city in search of silver. And their mistress isn't using it for divination magics, but instead, like, weapon creation. It's a little worried that there might be so driven to mass-produce magical weapons that they went this far from where we think Stipex is.
This is a very big silver mining city.
Yeah,
You do have that much.
it is a good place to go, but also there's a difference between I need access to a lot of silver and I need access to a little bit more silver than I have immediately available.
Yes, I think it's a very good note to have for Lilier.
It's definitely suspicious.
Sus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should deal with this
I agree.
before it becomes the worst problem.
we should do something about it. Good thing we're here.
Then I suppose after we've met with Lord Hyattberry, perhaps I will stay and see what I can find for what incidences have happened here recently. Maybe I will speak with Cordelia to see if I can learn a little bit extra.
That would be appreciated.
Now, Elle, would you mind if I borrowed Asmini today?
I mean, you can ask Asmini.
Yes, but Matthew, can't.
Yes.
No.
Yes, of course.
I've checked in with Victoria here.
I'll keep her safe, as Meanie.
Yeah,
Lord
Thorn won't feed
Hyattberry
me to a
would
wolf.
If I,
Just use it as bait.
he's very polite, but it would be nice to share the burden. He loves to host, but when there are, well, fanfare split between two is a little bit more pleasant to bear.
Yeah.
Perfectly reasonable.
Yeah.
Also, you
This
get to
Meanie's
watch-
the right person to take, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get to watch her work a room. She's very good at it.
And if all else fails, you could always enchant him.
Avoid...
I can't.
Okay. I was going to say avoid card tables.
Oh, actually,
you
if
should take
you
credit
see
card
a card table, take his meeting.
You say card tables as Meanie is fully awake.
Like cards? Cards?
Perhaps suggest cards.
Girl's got a gambling problem that somehow doesn't waste all the party loot. It's crazy.
We gave
She
her all
wins.
of the money.
You're trusting.
always wins.
Yeah, she always wins. She puts it all on black every time.
Her nickname's The House.
We get to go to Fantasy Las Vegas. Let us know.
You've been to my
Yeah.
fantasy Las Vegas before.
Yeah, we
One.
can go back.
We
Not as
also
these
need help,
characters.
too.
Yeah.
You also went to Mutt?
No, we went to another fantasy.
Yeah, we've been to other casinos in previous campaigns. Pushing through here, it's relatively early, but you can now start to see there is a more centralized part of the town, slightly risen up. Often you'll build a higher section of the town on a literal higher, like a hill. But you can see a small stone wall that surrounds the more luxurious quarter of the city. This is nothing compared to else, but it is quite fine. It's much larger than Coppersbeck, what you've seen here. The stone walls are each about 15 feet tall and look to be wide enough to allow patrols to be walking along them. But the town doesn't seem particularly alert at the moment. It doesn't seem that they're on high alert. There's not, you're not getting interrogated by just entering the city. There is a gate with a clear mechanism at the top that will open the wooden gate itself to allow passage inwards towards the large manor that sits atop the hill itself. Now, if there's anything you wanted to do here in the city before you made your way towards Lord Hyattberry, you absolutely now would be the time to make those sorts of checks.
Just locate like a, what's the word for horses? Stable?
Stables?
Stable, that's it. I was like, stockade? That's not it.
Stables.
Stables, yeah.
Perfect.
We could probably ask the Lord to keep.
Yeah, the
Might be
horses and
imposing.
We brought the literal princess.
Our experience with lords hasn't been very good.
That's why we're letting
should
her
mention,
do all the talking.
I actually have written ahead. I did secure us lodging.
Oh.
We would be staying at Sandros's guest house in his. It's close to his manor.
He's got a dueling table.
Oh, I suppose potentially in his personal hall, one could be pulled out.
If you find one, let me know.
Gonna-
If we end up staying here multiple
Just gonna
nights.
whisper to Elle and be like, she plans ahead.
I secured passage northward.
You don't have to sell her on me or me on her.
My father, the king, he'll be securing. He'll be using magic to arrive at the tournament once it's begun in a few weeks' time. But I wanted to see this, and you've all made that possible.
Yeah. Camping's fun.
Camping is
Hope
fun.
you've enjoyed
We haven't
it
done
so
it.
far.
For
We'll see.
a little bit.
Well,
For like 2 days.
once we're there, if
A weekend.
I will be happy to make sure that he's happy to have your assistance.
Okay.
Make things a little bit easier.
I like it. I guess we'll.
It's not that we
Head
have
over-
like a problem with
No, but
authority.
if you guys would prefer to walk up there, not in the cart, that's an option. But it's just your decision. What do
I
you
think
want?
we just want to drop off our stuff, right?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
I'm sure they have like a stable.
Yes, so you would know she has everything handled here. She's also written ahead so that one of the ferries, one of the boats that'll ride up the river, has actually been reserved for you. It will only be yours, and it'll only will leave with you guys.
Traveling with the princess is
Do you-
really nice.
Even Ismini didn't plan ahead that
Well,
much.
she-
to be fair,
she's your employer. This is what happened at the beginning of the game with Oswald. This person is like she hired you.
also in Ismini's defense, she didn't know about the journey until I left.
Yeah, it's a little hard to plan on the fly there.
when is said person gonna run away from the ball? And what ball? Who knows? It's true. It is nice planning ahead, though. We appreciate it.
You make your way up to the gate that leads to this fine nobleman's quarter. You see two of the soldiers are standing on either side. One of them here begins approaching, a nice broad smile on his face. He doesn't look like he's too terribly surprised to see folks. He is wearing a simple chainmail with a long red tabard with the profile of a dragon's head on the front. Again, this is a Varuxi soldier. Hold, please. Welcome to Carcosa. I'm not familiar with you all. Now, it seems you wish to enter the upper quarter?
Yes.
Are you here for business or pleasure?
Yes. We have a writ.
Bit of both.
What was that?
I'll turn to Jim. Do you have
Yeah,
like a letter or
Of course.
do you want to do it?
She
do you
quickly
want, do you
begins
want to do the
pulling
thing?
out her. Begins going through her personal bag, looking for her missive that she's written on.
Is
This.
it like super organized?
It is less organized than you might expect.
Amazing. Even better.
It's not perfect, but it's good. As she's kind of looking through here,
It's not optimized.
we haven't had terribly many travelers through as of late, but well, Kind of looks you guys up and down. You mercenaries?
Yes. We're with the mercenary guild, so.
I keep forgetting that we're yes, we're
We're
technically.
with a guild.
Yeah, we're with
We're organized.
the Defiant Smiles.
Guild.
You might have read about us.
I'm afraid I don't do a whole lot of reading, but if you're gilded mercenaries, I'm assuming you're from Eldston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. Lord Hyattberry is a generous host and often is in need of assistance from those we can get.
That's one of the reasons we're here.
The missive is then handed over to you, Ililier.
I'll hand it to the guard.
Begins opening this up and looking it over.
Just waiting. Yep, there it is.
There it goes.
I am so sorry. Open the gates!
There it is, right?
Open
Yeah.
the gates!
Hey, like,
I'm
we're being so chill
Your
about
Highness,
it.
I'm
No,
so sorry.
No?
we're being so chill about this.
You're traveling incognito here.
Oh, are you in danger?
No,
it's just having fun.
Is it
They're just
the Kingslayer?
No.
We haven't run into him. Don't jinx us now.
that would.
Yeah, also,
we don't have a
we
king.
speak bad luck into the world.
Do not put
so
that
sorry.
vibe out.
Yeah, I did not mean. I meant no poxes.
Thank you.
On you or on your family.
On you and your houses, yeah.
Yeah, okay, you got me. But he quickly.
Shit on me.
I'm so sorry. If you require anything, please don't hesitate to ask myself or any of my men here. I'm Lieutenant Clovis.
Nice to meet you.
Shakes your hand.
You know who this is?
Yes, but I shall not speak. I will let my closest men be aware.
Cool. We're the Smiles.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Please go on ahead. With the gates be opening up, you are able to pass through. You see, Jam just gives a very polite little wave, and he starts to bow deeply, but he stops really quickly.
I bet the bowing gets so annoying.
It's really confusing because she's a foreign princess.
Yeah. I was asking Jam, like, if bowing get really annoying. Are you used to it? There's something wrong with being used to something.
I much prefer the bowing to. Sometimes when people get the etiquette incorrect, there are people around me who get very upset about it, and it's a challenge. Most folks don't know the difference between saying, for example, lordship or highness or majesty, and when you mix them up, there are some people who are very orthodox and angry about it.
You should,
Assholes, yeah.
yeah, you should see the Summer Elves.
I'm wearing pants today. There's no reason for us to do any bowing. She kind of looks kind of excitedly. She's got like this.
Don't bow to people when you wear. Okay.
I'm in a ball gown so much.
Yeah.
You know,
that
that's
sounds so
fair.
annoying.
I have armor on today.
Nice. You should wear armor as much as you'd like. Well, I guess one day you might get the choice.
You see, now that you've pulled up further, up at the top of the hill is a fine manor. It is, and probably what is immediately odd about it is that it is not surrounded by its own personal wall. There's not another layer here. You can see that the manor itself looks to be about 2 stories tall on one side with a long lower level that continues slightly down the hill. There is a fine set of gardens on the eastern flank with which you can see what looks to be a young woman who is walking with her hand placed upon the arm of a heavily armored human man. His armor gleams like it's recently polished silver armor as he steps through the garden. The two appear to be having a quiet conversation here as they walk by. He stops and reaches out and plucks a single of this large pinkish rose-like flower and hands it to the young maiden. And the two round the corner.
A flower.
You make just poof a flower.
Yeah. Yeah.
You give it a flower,
Yeah.
Jeff? Oh, thank you. Did you just make this?
Yeah, you can do that too, right?
I can.
Yeah.
Just
It's
because
not organic.
It won't
but,
last, but that's okay.
Well, I can just make another. Magic is infinite. Forever. And ever.
You can keep making them as long as we're around one another. Oh.
I can keep going.
It's actually I don't think you can.
I suppose I can't.
She's holding 3 flowers. You can make 3 objects, I believe.
Wait. Ma, you can prestidigitate.
Nope.
Thorn.
His meanie
His meanie.
absolutely is facing straight
It's
forward.
Beanie.
I'm not that good of a wing.
Mr. Take Notes.
Yeah, I helped out there.
You have not
far as I'm
stopped the
going.
cart for
It's
more
called
than
a slow burn, Thorn.
15, 20 seconds before there are hands who are coming,
guard.
wearing like very simple clothing. They're not in uniforms so much, other than what looks to be a single cord of like green woven rope around one of their arms that seems to signify that they're with the manor. They come over, and one of them walks up to Tenebris, and he's just, "Oh, fine horse you have there, sir. Welcome. They sent word."
Yeah.
People are a little bit nervous, but are coming on over and begin to kind of explaining if you want to say where things are getting unloaded to and taken out.
Great.
I have a dumb question.
Sure.
Is Jam the first in line for the throne? Because she's a half brother, right?
She does. You can make a history check if you don't want to just ask a Jam.
I do not want to ask Jam. 23.
King William Mudrust famously introduced his daughter alongside his son together as the heirs to the throne. The question of succession is not yet answered.
They're gonna have to arm wrestle.
It is. There have been queens, on quite a number of occasions. There have been queens of Elts. However, from what you've heard, it's very much assumed that the elder brother will eventually be the king.
Also means you can marry one of them off if you need to, and
You
you have
absolutely
two gender
can.
options then.
You probably can marry almost anyone at that point.
Yeah.
They're both really hot, so it's fine.
One can marry his meaning, L can marry Jam.
Oh.
Yeah, we could destroy their political ambitions.
But you, so, think as you take the time to think, you see that Jam, given a hand from one of the people, steps down delicately from the back of the cart, kind of pats herself down as the front door to the manor is opened by a pair of attendants. You see an older man with, you can see that he's got a large balding on the top, a little heavy in the belly, probably mid-40s, with a proud sort of smile as he steps out wearing a red robe over what looks to be a fine green sort of, I guess gambeson would be the most favorite way to put it, like a puffy coat underneath. But as he steps on out,
Oh, my family has arrived, and more guests as well.
as he begins kind of stepping close, you immediately do notice that as he steps out, he's walking with a small cane on his left side, a little limp, almost entirely hidden as he steps out.
Well, this is a place of great peace, and I'm happy to welcome you within the borders of Carcosa. Have you received a proper Voroxy welcome?
Not sure what a
Yes.
proper welcome is.
A fine feast bearing all sorts of goods from around the world we know.
Definitely not.
No,
we
not
did
yet.
skip breakfast, so.
I will.
He looks a little like you kind of visibly like gets knocked as you say you skipped breakfast, and Jam kind of clears her throat. A feast in the evening would be delightful, Uncle. And she kind of steps in, begins talking a little bit, begins introducing
So much.
each. These are the defiant smiles, both saviors of my fine city and dear friends to the crown. As she goes one by one, introducing each of you, there's a woman, and this is Ralnor. We're not sure what he is.
He's friend-shaped.
He's
He is
fun.
He's friend shaped.
He does have sharp teeth, though.
Hide your shoes.
Some of these introductions are done here.
Well,
We're so casual.
I can of course have the captain prepare the ship for whenever you would like, but I do insist you must stay at least an evening. Enjoy a feast. I'll have to take you down to my wine cellar and pick out a couple of bottles.
You're the one.
Twist my arm.
I think we actually.
What is your passive perception? Right, mine.
18.
Mine. Some of the people who are working here cannot get their eyes off of Thorn. They look concerned, whispering back and forth, trying to stay out of line of sight a little bit. But there is some worry going on here. You don't catch that with your passive. There doesn't seem to be anything going on here.
racism.
So, where's this wine cellar?
But we have a thing. The thing.
Uncle,
Dinner?
perhaps we could speak inside. We have
Trying to
something
telepathically communicate with Thorn.
we have something we wish to discuss with you.
Yep.
A little bit, there's a couple of pleasantries exchanged here. He gives out some orders to the servants here before.
If it's a famous silver city, is there like silver accents places?
You have noticed. Oh, this is such a good question.
I'm good at those.
You've
Sometimes.
been walking through and you've seen several of the knights and soldiers who have been around here. Thinking back, the looted caravan had the silver pieces, the silver accoutrement removed.
Yeah.
You can see a similar carriage here to the one you saw that was damaged, and it has large silver fittings. Over where the carriage driver would ride is a small silver wind chime that just would go on the front of the carriage.
I wouldn't know this, but just a question.
Sure.
Maybe other people can make the check for my
Yeah.
question. What is like the natural enemy of the Drow?
High elves?
Okay,
Her.
so surface
They-
people.
I'm a wood elf.
So
I thought you were half out.
we've talked about this, and then I'll go a little bit meta, because we'll go a little meta here. So
Sorry.
both in our
Me.
set. What?
No,
Go.
we're talking about high elves.
Okay, so the Drow themselves are not a monolith. You're asked, but your question is really, what do the Drow of
Where they butt heads with most of the.
Stipex.
Stipex. I lost my own word because I didn't look at it in a while. Sorry. Stipex. Thinking about it, though, you've heard stories. There are Drow who live on the surface. There are even Drow who live underground and work with dwarves. But there are still famous stories of large Drow armies that come up every couple of generations and clash against the elven kingdoms,
Okay.
or will destroy whole towns, wiping them out overnight.
Yeah. Okay. I was just wondering if maybe there was something that they're preparing for that they needed silver for. Maybe
The
one
House
of their
of Summer.
enemies has bolstered their ranks or something.
Well, the House of Summer is rebuilding.
Yeah, but I don't think surface elves are allergic to silver.
No,
Okay.
we're not.
Elves are not werewolves.
Yeah.
We're not. No one is a werewolf
just
except for
curious.
werewolves.
But so
But it is good to have magical yeah.
we'll jump back into the. We're inside the manor. The manor itself, warmly lit by small candles that are placed on these silver fixings on the sides of the walls. There are large portraits, often containing the rotund lord of the house, Lord Hyattberry. But there are an overwhelming number of paintings of a young woman, for all the way, but also her all the way back to when she was a little baby. This, it seems that this is a relatively doting father here, and you would quickly recognize from one of the most recent portraits the pink and red gown that she was wearing. She was the young woman you saw walking through the gardens here. It is Cordelia, as you were told by Jam. But as you were brought inside to a, not quite war room, but a sort of meeting hall.
Well then, what sort of business have you brought with me, Your Highness?
We noticed you might have a slight problem outside your gates.
Silver going missing?
We bumped into a disturbed carriage.
I do appreciate the offer for aid. It is more than kind to do so, but we here in Carcosa have a number of soldiers and knights, and some of which are closer to home than others. But we have the means. We've had some issue with a band of drow that have appeared to have migrated closer to my city, but we will rout them. And yes, Mr. Thorn, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you know where they're at? Where they're hiding out?
If you have the problem under control.
I have a collection of scouts who have been scouring the fields around both my hunting grounds as well as to the north, closer to the hills, looking for various entrances and finding traces of them emerging from underground.
What if I told you we know where they're coming from and we could solve the issue possibly this evening or, the following evening?
We're pretty good at this exact.
This is kind of our thing.
It's kind of our thing that we do.
We've had a few weeks of these attacks. It's unlikely they're in a single place. They must be moving.
We could solve it within 24 hours.
We know where their leader would be, so that should take care of.
Yeah. We've already done most of the work.
Explain to me how you just arrived and claim to know their entire command structure.
We're very good at our jobs.
Very good at our
We're
job.
we're very
Hired
good.
to do.
You want to fill him in somewhat?
Yeah.
Yeah. We remember the whole saviors of the city thing?
We
We
saw the
jumped
murder
back.
in
He's no
2
longer
days.
standing proud, but at this point he stopped, visibly holding his gut in, and is sitting down, gut out, tankard in hand.
Well,
I would hope you would assume that they didn't send
they're
their
in my
bodies.
own damn minds.
Yep.
I'm so sorry, Josephine. I meant no offense.
It's fine. I'm not offended.
For them to...
Yeah, I'm sorry. Who do I look at for talking to me about just Jam?
Oh, of course.
No, that's the ship. It's different.
I'm playing my own love interest. Thank you very much.
Self-care, self-love are all important.
Self-love.
Careful how you word that.
I
As
stopped.
he is defeated.
Well, I suppose if they're in the mines, it's going to be difficult for any of my men. I have a number of... My best soldiers I have on this are typically trained to act as cavalry.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be difficult to drive them out if it's in a collapsed tunnel.
And admittedly, it also might not be the best idea to send people wearing silver armor to the people attempting to murder and strip silver from
Take
people.
your silver, yeah.
Yeah, you're sort of sending them a gift.
It's a wise point, Miss Arundel. Now...
Oh, did you've been really very coy about being noble.
Oh yeah, no, I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
Going, yes.
Jam didn't out you if you didn't want to. Coco
Great.
keeps giving me toys under the table.
Aww.
Little monster.
Familiar.
She wants to strip silver.
Well, if you believe you are capable of handling this, and of course, with the princess's blessing, I have little reason to doubt it. Are you suggesting you would handle this?
Yeah.
We might ask for.
I mean, of course, payment would be in order. It won't even be a question.
Yeah, we just might ask for
without question.
supplies afterwards or
Of course.
compensation.
I have my finest captain, who's already set up with the ferry. I've informed her that you are present and to have the ship ready for any departure over the next few days, whenever you are ready.
Sounds good. Amazing. Sweet.
I mean,
Would you?
I personally would just ask for one thing for doing this from you. If that's maybe too bold.
I may
to
have a
say,
request of my own.
I would just ask for my pick of the bottles in your cellar.
Your pick.
Walk with me as we discuss the specific details.
You were led down into this fine wine cellar. To get there, you walk through his master's chambers. It is not the one for his parties. It's
His bedroom.
He takes you to his bedroom. It's dark. It's warm.
I turn invisible. I walk away.
He looks around. You see your reflection in his shiny forehead, shiny head. No, but you're taken down, and he's.
I had one more request, perhaps. Though I would prefer it to be kept from the princess, regardless of if you wish to take it or not. Can I trust the Defiant Smiles to be discreet?
Sure.
There is a vassal of mine. A lowborn man who was knighted at my darling daughter's request. He has been taxing, to say the least. And I do not believe him to be fit for my daughter. The princess has said you are to head to the Tournament of Blades after this.
That's correct.
Would you bring this young knight with you to these Drow caves and, well, either have him prove himself worthy of my daughter, or not return?
Okay. All I would ask for babysitting this person is maybe 2 bottles of wine.
We'll make it an even 3.
Deal.
Why did we let Thorn pick the payment? He just
Young man
picked booze
fancies
again.
Though I've given him title, it is not my approval that he yet has. He is known as Sir Letreval, but if the 9 were to speak of him, they would know him by his birth name, Let Scuffs. What my daughter sees in a lowborn orphan is not something that I am privy to.
Cole's deeply upset.
I have Kill Bill alarms going off.
Very well. Then once you have your things settled, you'll make your way to the encampment?
Absolutely.
Then I suppose with that, we should take our evening break.
Yeah.
When we jump back, you guys can head out, gear in hand. Sound good?
Yep.
All right,
Ready
we'll
to
be right back.
Fight some Drow?
Ready to babysit?
Let's go fight some Drow. All right, welcome back, y'all. Departing from the manor, having made a deal that you would go ahead and help this town with the issue with the silver being stolen.
Did we make a deal or say, we're going to do it? We would like you to pay us afterwards.
You do have some agreements if you want to
This was specifically for me. This is
some
for
additional
Thorn. This is
coin.
a-
You're gonna get some wealth, some money that'll be paid to you. That you're gonna pay your fee
Are
for
we
the
broke?
Defiant Smiles.
I have
But also,
So
wrote
much
down
money.
3 wine.
yes,
Is it Countess wine?
Are you telling us about this deal?
I
or
said I
is
get to
this
pick.
yours?
you were brought out. You step on out, and at this point, you see a young woman who is like a young woman in the night again, being spoken to by one of the the groundskeepers here, who then he bows to her, turns, and begins walking towards the party. Hi,
Hey,
Aw,
Hi.
hello.
hi, y'all.
and you are?
Oh,
He says y'all.
I'm so sorry. I am Sir Letreval
Nice to meet you, so
of Carcosa.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to be joining us on this little endeavor then?
Yes, it is. Yes, we're going to help protect the city and her people.
Yeah. What do you got with you?
He.
Do you have a weapon?
Yeah, and he goes and reaches over and begins pulling a maul. He's got this
Okay.
long. It's a long, thick wooden heft, heft to it.
Same bud.
Yeah, shut up, Connor. I tried so hard, got so far, and in the end it didn't matter. But it's a large.
That was worse.
Okay, I didn't anything but the penis talk. That's all I wanted.
I didn't
can't circle
say
back
you
to
said
it.
penis. I didn't say that.
God damn it.
This is
He
Dungeons and
said
Dragons.
penis, Connor. But no, he pulls this maul out, which you can see the head of it is this huge. God damn it! He got a huge hammer.
He's got a maul.
Bud.
He's got a.
We'll be right
Oh,
back.
no.
Yeah, be right back. Be right back. All right, good. We're good. We're good.
So he's a Darth.
Moving on. Okay.
Yes, he's a Darth Maul. So he shows you he's wielding something called a maul, which is just a large blunt weapon. You've seen this
non-joke.
before. Some of them are more like clubs. This one's more like a sledgehammer sort of thing. He's wearing full silver armor, head to toe to tip. Like,
Do you have anything not silver?
I understand your worry, milady, but I have been training for many months in this equipment.
Months?
Yes, my knighting was just at the end of last fall.
It's not necessarily what you're wearing. It's
You
just
didn't-
that it's very shiny.
You got knighted and then you started. Oh God. I have a word. You should run a 5K every morning.
She's really adamant about this 5K.
I'm not kidding. It will change your life.
Oh, I mean, strength training is really the purview
You can
of
run
a
it in
knight.
armor. Is that not strength training? What
That
happens
sounds
if
like
you need
torture.
to run away from an enemy in your heavy armor?
I wouldn't run.
Sometimes you need to for strategic reasons.
I don't know if they came out on the mic. Alex was like, yo, he's gonna die.
When he dies, I'm gonna say, should have run his 5K.
All right.
So dead.
Just stick close to one of us, pointing to me and Elle.
You're kind of more ranged
Yeah, he's
Most
going to
of
be
the
close
time.
to one of us.
with your big spiritual weapon.
I mean,
Are you?
I can
Are you?
swing
And
this.
you're, I was
Yeah,
told you were
that's
from Eltz. Is this the garb of Eltian knights?
None of us are from
knights.
Eltz. Well,
We're
this one's from Eltz.
You're from like the Elts countryside, right?
From Dunsmith. Don't know if you're familiar.
That's in
Don't
the
go there.
City,
It's
country.
not a good place to visit.
I wasn't planning on going to Dunsmith, but
Yeah.
perhaps I should reconsider.
No,
Is
he
no,
just
Are
told
you
you not
negging
to.
me?
No.
What is negging?
It's
And if you're
complicated.
doing it
And
on a
honestly,
normal
you wouldn't
basis,
understand.
I would say
Excuse me.
stop it. Stop it.
Just don't die.
Listen, I will help protect you, and we will face off this threat.
I've changed my mind on this guy.
The people of Cardosa, they've been getting attacked on the roads.
Yep.
They've been pilfered. These Drow must be stopped.
Must be stop. Yeah.
So how much?
He catches. No offense, of course.
So how much is it for
I'm in
a
the sun.
dowry for a Varaxi noble?
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not sure.
If you want to think it over, we can discuss it on the way to the top.
Yes,
Yeah.
at this point,
Yeah.
so you turn and you get walking
So
at
we
this man.
bully him for
Is
5 full
Meanie,
minutes.
Raldor, and Jam are all back at
Minnie's
the...
not here to make us play nice. So it's
This meaning would encourage us to be mean.
You guys hear off in the distance. Oh, what is that? Like Raldor is fully.
Hide your shoes.
Raldor's fully causing like terror incidents over in the manor.
That's why you need to run sometimes.
that is true.
Strategic retreat.
It's not worth it.
How
I
many
underst-
shoes have you lost?
I will
One pair.
consider running, but
I only have the one.
to learn to practice running, but only to be a better fighter.
Yeah, that's what the running's for. It's not just for fun.
Speed and endurance are important.
It's so you can stay alive
It's actually
and
about
afford a dowry
explosive
for a Varaxi
movements,
noble.
So strength training is actually better.
I'm gonna see if he's dumb and realizes what you're hinting at. Put me down for a natural one.
He is dumb.
Money is not why I am a knight. I'm a knight to protect
Oh,
those I care
I
about.
thought you were sweet on the guy's daughter, and in order to,
That's-
you have to basically buy nobles from the government to marry them.
Ma'am, please.
We saw you hand
You
her a
don't know who-
flower.
Which is man.
Just got ma'am.
You did just get
Do I look like a ma'am? Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. I don't want anyone to hear you. That's not. It would be improper. I'm not.
I'm
Of the
nothing. I'm not
appropriate
improper. But you're a knight.
I was titled.
Okay. What's your problem?
Lord Hyattberry is a kind man who has done me many honors, and so I serve.
So, you're scared of the dad. Okay.
Alex, stop it!
Have you done?
I could not be scared of such a pious man.
He's terrified.
Yeah, I got that too.
Now, you said it was by the old gray oak.
Yeah.
We'll we'll make it this way. So you guys are walking out,
Letting him lead.
past further and further out through the city.
By the way, everyone, there's some kind of tripwire at the entrance to this place, so just be on the lookout.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Tripwire. Anything else we should know? Should we?
There's other traps. Just say spread out. Once we get in, just
So don't actually
Spread
crowd
out.
us.
Right. You were told
Yeah.
there are pressure plates inside that'll
Yeah.
lead to pits.
So-
If you are too heavy or you're traveling too close, there'll be enough weight.
so that's why,
Ooh, he's wearing heavy armor.
Mister,
Knight in
stay
shining
close
armor.
to me. I can get us out.
Yes, of course. You have more experience, and I'm hoping to learn from you. If I'm successful here, Cordelia has requested that I travel aboard the ferry to the tournament.
Okay, if you come with us, you're definitely running a 5K every morning.
We'll be on a boat for most of the travel.
It's a long 5K on a boat. You're gonna wear a hole in the.
It becomes more of a mental endurance thing to keep going in small
Yeah.
concentric circles. Just the image of like running so stupid back and forth for like 3 hours.
Probably longer than that on a boat. Anyway,
I'm really glad we made Moscow Mules during the break.
Thank you, Cola. Thank you for that moment of brilliance.
Well, I just knew how funny I am, so.
Famously modest and funny, Clella.
hey, mark that off of your jokes that you've allotted. You wrote it down. I saw you.
Oh.
Just kidding.
All
No,
right.
these are theories.
You were brought
These are my
over.
theories.
As you leave towards the town, you can see there are signs posted against hunting here. These appear to be the Lord's hunting grounds. Not uncommon for most places, though closer than they normally would be for a city this size. But as you're kind of pushing through, you can see that there are a number of in the actual forest. There's a small trail that actually has signs that are pointing to different mine shafts, which all have small nicknames and little titles. But as you're pushing forward, you eventually are brought to a small glade with an ancient gray oak tree towering above the rest. It almost looks like a calcified tree rising up into the heavens here. Stands probably about 15, 20 feet taller than the other trees here in this lightly, it's a little bit sparse of a forest. The canopy never blocks the sun out all the way. You can see that this gray oak stands just at the edge of a large hill, which built into it is a wooden archway leading to the mines proper. The mine here appears to be, from where you're at, like probably 50 or so feet out, appears to be fully collapsed, about 10 feet into the tunnel. About noon, let's say, early afternoon at worst.
I think we should be of light foot when we enter.
Well, I have a thing of before we get to the entrance.
Heavy armor.
I know.
Before we get to the entrance, I want to use dancing lights, but I want to put it low on the ground so that it's shining up, so that we can see if there's any tripwires or anything that shine.
I need to know.
With the
I don't need to
reflection.
know the marching order. I just need to know how far back am I? Which position am I, Sir Letraval, in?
Can we put him in the back?
Yeah, we put
You
him
want
in
him in
the
the very back? Okay, then I'm in the back with him then.
Oh, fuck. No, he
Yeah,
can be behind you.
I'm babysitting.
Okay.
Yeah.
He can be second then. And then
As
probably
a knight,
you, 'cause you're good.
I could
I'm
be the vanguard
and
here.
Good. Passive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're precious cargo, and I just.
Oh, Thorn.
I have no idea if your plan is to let him die or let him survive. No clue.
Sorry, he's a
Are
big...
you deciding still?
No. Yeah. No, but
You can
I
have
don't
to make
want
a
this guy to
collective
die. He
decision.
seems like a nice guy. He got his life ahead of him.
We gotta see him swing the Darth Maul first.
Yeah, we gotta see how good he is actually at fighting.
Yeah. Just gotta
You gotta stop calling him the Darth Maul.
swing something.
That one was genuinely enacted.
So good.
So yeah, he's with me in the back, and then I guess you guys are in the front.
She's got the best eyes.
So yeah, then you guys would be. in
Then
front.
I'll take second.
I'm just
Right.
lighting it up to see if the shining will reveal
Group
something
perception check,
reflecting.
please, on this. Also, as he draws out his hammer, readying himself, you now notice that along the heft of his weapon are a collection of flowers that have been carved into the wooden handle.
Hell yeah! I forgot I could advantage now.
She likes this goofy boy,
She does.
even though he is like this.
He's probably about 17.
Oh, he's a child.
By the way, very young.
I
young
thought we were
man.
bullying like a 30-year-old
That's why
Kimbo.
I'm like-
Die.
I apologize. I described Cordelia's age more than I described his. That's my apologies. She's probably about.
To the hip.
They're probably like 16 and 17.
Oh, they're
16,
babies.
16. They're both very young.
Well, he has time to save up then.
Young and stupid.
They are absolutely young and stupid. My int is 8.
Unfortunately.
Hey.
Wait, not even Connor or Thorn.
Thorn.
Yes.
Hey. What did you roll on your
Perception checks, please.
Leave me alone.
22.
22.
Or
22.
I'm not
You guys
perceptive.
have not described advancing.
Why are you
There's
so
no
mean?
risk of failure here, as you're looking for.
So I have advantage.
Failure would be you guys wouldn't be able to find
Oh,
it.
3.
22 is exactly a success. Was that both of you guys?
Yeah.
Given the information you had before here, so you don't have disadvantage because of the mechanism used here, you can actually see that there is a small green cord that extends in an arch. It's not been perfectly pulled taut. There's actually a series of pieces of like wood branches that have fallen from trees that are brought up and hooked around to let a like a semicircle around the cave entrance here. But looking at it, as you guys walk closer, because you're confident you found the trap here, you can see that something has gone through this thin cord and painted different colors of green and brown of the underbrush here. It's very well hidden
Wow.
for what you're looking for.
I guess
A delicate hand would have been needed for such a task.
you point it out to L, and I'll point it out to Mister.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lot.
well, trap's defeated.
You have to not trip it.
Yeah, you got to step over it first before we
Gingerly.
have defeated it.
Yeah, of course, not a problem.
Good job.
At this point, you guys are still looking closely.
Thank
it
you, Mike.
really looks like this tunnel is collapsed, but it doesn't take long once you gingerly stepped over the wire here to walk forward and realize you could possibly fit through this small crevice between some of the rocks here. It'd be very dangerous if the rocks are loose, though.
Mai, do you have the ability to do that thing again where you made us all like very quiet?
I got a long rest, right?
Oh, it's yeah.
We slept in the wagon.
Everyone except for Laurentius has had a long rest since the battle, and all of you have had a short rest.
I would like a little just to check out the rocks while you're doing your spell.
Okay, are you looking for something in particular, or are you just...
Just touching them, make sure that they're actually rocks.
Okay, I'm gonna need an investigation check.
Can I help?
You can roll it separately if you'd like, or you can help him. What would you prefer?
I prefer to help him. I think.
Okay, that's okay.
It was his idea. So.
You can do that. That's fair. You want to go over and help him? That sounds fine.
Advantage.
Roll again.
19.
Roll 2 19s. 17.
17.
Christ.
Yeah.
Feeling around. This is rock, and it's as you run your fingers over it, a lot of it's dusty, like it's been here a while. Kind of continuing looking around, and I'm touching upon survival's territory, but no one's gonna be mad at me too much for it. There's less dust around that small crevice that we're talking about. I say small, but as you kind of now that you're looking closer to it, the rock above the hole. So if you look at the crevice here, it looks like it's a little too small for a person. But bending under, you can see that the stone has been carved out to make the opening wider. It will take quite a bit of time for both you and the knight you've brought with you to make your way through here. But for the slightly smaller members of your party, it's doable. For you, you if you were to remove even just your pauldrons, pretty easy.
Okay.
The pauldrons are the big thing that will keep it a little bit more difficult for you to make your way through.
Yeah.
And Elle, I'm sorry, you're tiny.
Yeah. I'm 5'7".
Sure, I meant like
You don't
your
have chainmail.
vertical cross section,
5'7" is taller than me.
or like your vertical silhouette is smaller than the knights in full armor.
Here's what I can offer. I could go through first, and I can use my ocular magic to keep an eye out while we figure this out.
Okay.
Sure. What sort of ocular magic are you bringing out?
I think
Blind
it's just
sight.
a matter of buttering up and slipping in.
You want to slip in?
Yeah, with blind sight on.
Whenever someone passes through here, the skill check to make, unless there's extenuating circumstances, is a stealth check.
And
Now, Elle,
Pass Without a Trace has been cast on the whole
yes.
party.
So you have a +10, and you do not have disadvantage on this. You fit just fine.
I have a +10. Mm-hmm. 24.
24, and are you? Did you activate your ocular magic already?
Yeah.
So you
I
all
wanna go
see
through.
Lilie focuses, clasps her hands together, and there's a thin spark of magic that quickly flies up her arms, up her neck, and then touches the tips of her eyes on both sides before they are enhanced, bright flash. What want to say blue-white magic?
We said it was like silver.
Yeah, like silvery magic flutters through and then seems to dissipate. Though because you guys both are aware of how magic works, you can slightly feel the tension of it being present. Elle, you slip through here delicately, quietly. Place your toe upon the ground on the other side. You have blind sight about 5 feet in front of you and underground. So still within 10 feet of blind sight. You feel hundreds of tiny swarming creatures. There is one of those spider pits just past the other side here.
Guys.
You've been double booby trapped here.
Cool. I share, I convey. So, like, don't go past where I am.
I'm sorry, spiders?
We are dealing
Gross.
with Drow.
I thought drows were elves, not spiders. Aren't you a drow?
They like
We're like all being you're offending all of us at once.
you're
Oversimplificating?
simplifying things.
He left school at a young age.
I'm pretty... No, oversimplicate's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Please be a voice of reason.
It's the both of you.
I'm getting a headache just listening to them.
Who would like to go next is my question.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Do you want me to hold your pauldron?
Are you removing your pauldrons or not?
I am taking off my pauldron.
Then I'm not giving you disadvantage on this check.
Cool. A 16.
16.
It's with plus 10?
Yeah. I rolled bad.
Just gonna mark something here. As you're stepping through here, you guys begin to quickly realize you're not going to be able to fit through here. Would you like to send someone forward to get out from immediately in front of the cave's entrance?
I'll keep going because I have a better passive. I can listen for people.
I have blind sight right now.
Sure.
So I can see in the magical darkness that Drop can do innately.
Not drow. That's racist.
That's so cool. You're right. That's so cool.
That's why I turn.
Do you want to head on forward, Elle?
So I'm just saying, I'll hand you back your pauldrons.
Okay.
And I'll move forward. Is the spider pit just like an open pit, or is
So
it
the tunnel you're at now that you're in here, and you have dark vision.
Yeah.
So you can see the tunnel extends probably about 25 feet and then leads to... And it's a mine shaft still. So you're able to see... It looks relatively familiar. You had to crawl through about 5 foot of rubble. And it looks like about half this wall where you are is still collapsed, and then eventually opens up to mine shaft. As you kind of step delicately forward, you can feel the pit extends from wall to wall and is about 7 feet deep. 7 feet across and about 5 or so feet deep. It's not very deep, the actual spider pit. But as you're walking through here, about 7 or 8 feet forward, eventually feel that you no longer have a pit underneath you and able to move forwards.
Okay.
Doesn't appear that you've been noticed. You don't hear anything.
Cool. And I will tell
Who would like to go through next?
Mai about the spider pit.
Yeah.
So that you know.
Our non-stealthy boy. Plus 10.
Not bad. That is a 14. Hey, I rolled worse than you.
Nat 1? Because I rolled a nat 2.
I rolled a natural 5. You rolled a natural 2. Oh, but
Plus
you
4.
have Dex.
Yeah.
I don't. I have
I have
minus 1.
proficiency in stealth, so.
That'll do it. So you guys hear, as he's kind of pushing through here, this scraping sound of silver and stone rubbing across one another ever so slightly. It's not deafening, but inside the tunnel it's slightly louder than it would be outside of the tunnel. He then steps inside and is now next to Mai. Oh, it's awful dark in here. Where's my torch?
No.
Do you not have the way to see in the dark?
Oh my gosh, we brought a human on our elf stealth mission.
Mai, move forward a little bit. I'll meet up with Junior here.
Okay.
Just hold his hand so he doesn't fall in
Yeah,
the pit.
I'll-
What are you doing?
I'm gonna move up to where Elle is, so that way there's room for.
You walk into Elle?
Yeah. And I'll reach out towards her and try to help her navigate the pit, kind of.
The pit. So
It's just a whole thing.
It's
Yeah, we'll
Just
say this.
very gently.
yeah.
Yeah.
As you're walking through here, step. Due to you saying you wanted to reach your hand out, make a dex save with advantage as the floor cracks.
Dex. 17.
17. Okay. You all see. So everyone but the knight, because I'm assuming Laurentius, you're snaking your way through.
Trying to, yeah.
You watch as the pit begins to crack. This track for the minecart that would go here begins to splinter, and you almost fall. Elle, you're able to reach your hand out, grab your companion, and begin pulling her up. As this is a success, you only have one of your legs kind of sink into this. It almost, through your boots and your grease, it feels like you sink into mud ever so briefly.
Gross.
But it's a bunch of these spiders here. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. Now, as you're pushing through here, you do pass that dex save.
A 9.
A 9. That's not a problem. Only a couple of these boys are getting through. You're going to take a total. Yeah, okay, cool. You're going to take a total of 4 points of poison damage. Not very much, not a problem. As a couple of these are able to get onto you, but you're able to quickly shake them off. You don't feel any lingering effects. Okay. With these spiders, you're quickly wiping them off as fast as you are. Weren't enough of them to get in your armor and potentially, just hypothetically speaking, swarm you. But looking down, you see
good?
hundreds, maybe even thousands of these crawling, wriggling, writhing spiders at the bottom of the pit. Feeling how you did, probably about 8 inches deep of spiders. Definitely thousands.
You know-
and they're mostly about yay big.
If you think about it, spiders aren't that far from like high elven, wood elven religious stuff. It's like adjacent. It's adjacent. We're kind of down on elf gods, so.
Go ahead and make me your stealth
Very
check as you
literally.
squish your way on.
Squish.
Stealth?
Above a 15.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Well over 15.
Yeah. So it's going to be 2 fails, 2 successes here, in case you guys were curious.
Cool.
Kind of make your way through here. With your passive perception, you begin to hear muttering going on at the far end of the tunnel. You hear that? Who is that? Send a scout.
People are coming.
Can I?
You can hear a single set of footsteps coming. Probably you got about 20 seconds, 30 seconds tops. What are we doing?
Can I try to grab him, and just?
Okay, here's my question. If he's going to come through this tunnel,
We
there is a
can't-
curve. Are you trying to climb up and get the drop on him? What are you doing? You described to me you're in about a 5-foot wide tunnel that's arcing
There's
to the left.
4 of us. I don't know if we can all hide effectively.
You're farther up.
Oh.
You've got about, because you're about 20 or so feet above in front of your friends. And there is a curve to the tunnel, so you could get somewhere where you could try to get the drop on him. But I want you to tell me what you're doing here.
Okay, I do 2 things.
2 things.
1, just to get myself feeling like I can move. I'm gonna
Combat
spit an
music
arcane
Alex.
point for enhanced
You
alacrity.
just called it a key point.
I said arcane
Okay.
point.
Oh, I heard. I was like, what? Arcane alacrity is going on? You're doing eyes and legs?
It's been a hot second.
You quickly and quietly enhance your legs with magic, giving yourself increased speed.
And then I press up against a wall and I prep to grab.
We're gonna start this skill challenge.
Let's do it.
All right.
Wait,
What?
I can just cast magic on him.
You can also just get yes. Okay.
A prepare hold person. Cast hold person.
So he has
Might
to
have
on the
this
side, so this is
spell.
actually good. Here's the thing: if this first success happens, it's gonna be very big for you. So I like
Okay.
this. We got a clear plan. The
Yep.
party's moving forward.
Step 1, fail safe. We'll call
All
it
right.
that.
A drow rounds the corner. A drow longbow in hand, already knocked back. However, due to the small spacing, he does not immediately catch you as he begins pulling out here. What are you doing? You want to grab him?
I wait for her to go off first.
Oh, you're.
She's gonna hold person, and I'm going to if it doesn't
Then he
work.
will not have disadvantage on this save.
Okay.
Okay. I will go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
I just feel like he'll scream if I grab.
You can add 2 natural 20s to mine, by the way. Here, get out of here. I threw the orange die away.
It's mine
Oh, you
now.
want to use it for a bit?
Yeah.
Have fun.
Killed your clones.
I killed one of my clones?
You almost did.
Oh, no, I was trying not to. So,
John. The Aaron draw die. Okay. Okay. Wow, I have a
you
terrible
reach
color
out
scheme
with the
going
magic
on.
here, and you can feel for a moment as it begins to take hold, and then this person kind of shakes it off, and you just feel like you're shunted by something. It looks like he was succeeding and then failed after the fact. But as he's kind of shaking his head distracted, he just begins kind of cursing under his breath. Make an athletics check for me.
He needs the orange die. Athletics?
That didn't roll at all. It just fell where it was. Dunk. 15.
Athletics? It's 11.
That's an 11. Okay, that's going to be one fail in this skill check. You try to
I'm
reach out,
not
grab
good at
him,
athletics.
but he's quickly seeing what's going on, drops his bow and pushes you back into the wall. Seeing what's going on, he begins trying to reach out for his dagger. What are you trying to do? It's a skill challenge. We're going back and forth. What are you going to try to do in this event? Laurentius, you can now see him because they've rounded, and the two of them are in close combat. He's drawing out a dagger. It's all been quiet so
Wait,
far.
there's a spider pit behind us.
There is a spider pit behind you.
Cool.
Quite a ways, right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna grab onto his hand and pull backwards, I guess. I'm gonna keep trying to grapple
Are you
him.
going to try to pull you and him into the spider pit?
No,
Don't go
we have a telekinetic person in our party, so
I want you to explain what you're doing.
I'm just simply trying to continue grappling him. I don't have a way to make this acrobatics instead of athletics.
If
And
you
I
don't have enough, so the way skill challenges work is
Oh, wait, I have
you're not able to use
spells.
the same skill twice.
I have spells.
It's a big part of. It's one of the only rules in our skill challenge.
Oh,
here.
well, I'm gonna try to put him down. I grab him and I zap.
Oh!
Yeah, I just
Did you
use
want
it.
to shocking grasp him?
I just
There you
remembered
go.
I have magic. Sorry.
All right, you begin casting a spell, reaching forward. Make your melee touch attack as you small sparks of lightning arc across your fingertips like an Evo Ball player's mitt.
Natural 20 for 27.
Roll
Thank you.
damage. You reach out quietly, quickly. You see he goes for this knife, trying to reach down and stab into your chest. You're able to place your hand upon him.
Oof.
Math. 8, 11, 18.
18 points of damage.
Oh, my math partner here.
He brings his breath in to yell as he's stabbing down. You reach forward. Slides down to the side. But you know they sent a scout. What is everyone doing now?
I'm waiting at the end of the hall with an Eldritch Blast for someone who walks into the end of the hall. That's what I'm doing.
I took out the guy, Mai. It's your turn.
I'll wait with a guiding bolt to see if anyone else comes.
We have to. Okay.
You wait around 2 rounds, 3 rounds. You begin to hear people call, "They got Cyril!"
They're gonna sound the
And you just hear
alarms.
duk, 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 people begin to move in the next room.
I'm gonna take my weapon out.
Start moving
Yeah, I was
forward
like,
then, I
you guys
guess.
wait. Each
Yeah.
round is like 6 seconds. You guys, they sent a scout, didn't come back within like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
They didn't hear anything. All right, you draw your weapons and begin moving forward.
Yeah.
All right, as you round the corner, I need everyone to roll for initiative as entering the next room, you see before you a well-lit chamber with a collection of tunnels going off to the sides. It looks like a sort of central station that was once in this mine cart, this mine shaft. However, you also see a collection of drow moving about the room. 2 of them closest to you begin running up this small, singular wooden slat that has been angled upwards. There's a couple of them throughout the room. These like 1 board wide walkways that lead up to a gantry on a second level here. You see a collection of these archways that lead to other shafts have been closed off with a sort of metal grate here. What are those initiative values? I want to start with you, Laurentius.
Math 20.
Math 20 for Thorn. Mai?
6.
6 for Mai.
10.
10 for L.
None of us rolled high.
Oh my god, this die doesn't roll. That is a 5 for Letraval.
Yeah, I guess none of us.
And the Drow are okay, it's not bad. And the are okay. Dell's got a better dex mod than me though. So that is.
I'm assuming I'm going second.
You're going first actually.
Oh, shit.
But before we have you do make your
Never
decisions,
go first.
looking around the room itself is probably about 50 foot by 50 foot, roughly 50 foot by 60 foot. So it's further deep away from you than it is wide, but only slightly. There are 4 main tunnels on the side walls, 1 tunnel behind you and 1 tunnel in front of you. However, looking around, there are 6 drow, 4 of which have already made it all the way up onto the gantry level, which appears to be reinforced slightly with a metal railing, but the wooden walkways that are around the room look to be relatively fragile.
Cool.
Thorn, it is your turn. 2 of them are running up to meet the allies. The others are already drawing back weapons.
Are they? I'm sorry. Are they metal or are they wood?
There's there's metal gantry, metal rows. These thin lines, basically like an H shape, higher up, about 10 or 12 feet up. Those are metal railings, but there's wooden what?
Catwalks, essentially.
There's
Yeah.
the catwalks
Yeah.
for like an overseer in a mine.
Oh,
like
they're only 12 feet up.
yeah, they're
Fireball.
not super tall, but
Great.
there are these wooden. The room is big, at least. There are these wooden walkways that lead up, but those look really fragile, like they're very simply made.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can just jump that distance. Is what I was
Thorn,
laughing at.
it is your turn. 2 of them are relatively close to get into melee if you wanted to, but
No, I'll just move up and I'll Eldritch Blast the one that's closest to me.
sure. You in moving out, sword in hand, firing off 2 Eldritch Blasts at one of these drow. Make your attack roll.
Ooh, I think only one's gonna hit. I'm assuming a 14 doesn't hit.
A 14 against a drow is unfortunately going to be a miss.
Okay, the other one is 15 up. So 24.
24 points of damage.
No, 24 to hit.
24 to hit. That is going to be a hit.
Cool.
There are 6 of them, as a quick reminder.
Oh wait, I don't roll that. So 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. He still is standing, however. He's not out yet. Anything
And then
else in your turn, Thorn?
If he's close enough, I want to bonus action teleconnect shove and just pull him off of the gantry.
Do you want to get the one who's low or one of the ones who's already high
one
up?
that's on the gantry? Just pull
All right,
him
I'll
off.
make a strength save. I used my die for this one. Ooh, 15.
It's a fail.
That's a fail. Boom, and is going to fall and take a little bit of damage. Oh no, max damage, 6 points of damage, and he falls. He's going to be prone on the ground.
If I have any other movement to get into melee, I will. If not, I'll just be where I'm at.
Okay. That is going to be the Drow's turn. You can move up. You are on the gantry with the injured one.
Cool.
Or not on the gantry. You're on the railway leading up. So you're trying to get up to the gantry.
Cool.
It is the Drow's turn. You hear off in the distance, all of you speak Elvish. It's like, release the beasts! The Drow are going to begin firing.
Spiders?
They're definitely spiders, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. You don't.
Hey, quick bet
No.
and pool.
So
Platinum for the spiders.
Thorn, the closest,
Oh,
the
they're
Drow is
hamsters.
close and is already in melee. He's gonna. You guys are only like 5 feet up off the ground. You're not. You wouldn't take damage to this.
Yeah.
But he's going to try to, using his attack, push you off just
Sure.
to get some distance between you. We're gonna make a contested athletics check. Ooh, 17 is the number to beat.
He beats me.
He beats you.
Yeah.
So this one Drow
Show
kind of
off.
begins walking up after he gets shot, just flips and is going to kick you off the side. You just kind of stumble a bit, but you're able to get back up there next turn. Not a problem.
Sure.
He does do a flip and then is going to use his movement to get higher up onto the gantry. You see there are still 5 more of them. The one who was knocked down last turn is going to stand up and begin moving to the far side of the room, trying to get towards another one of the walkways. Not quite getting there. You know what? Yeah, he's going to use his action to attack here. Additionally, we're going to have 4 more of these guys attacking. So there's going to be 4 total attacks coming through. Sorry. 1, 2.
It's weird. There's like 4 of us.
I'm going to do 3 attacks.
Okay.
You watch as 2 of the Drow who are up top in the gantry begin running over to the eastern wall of the room. They are separated by they're separated by a row on the gantry, so they're probably about 15, 20 feet apart, and are running towards the eastern wall. There are going to be 3 total attacks. I'm going to go ahead and make those attacks. Ooh, we're going to do one of them at Laurentius. That is going to be a 16 to hit.
That's a miss.
That's a miss against you. We're going to make one of them at Ililie. Ililie, you burst in here, sword in hand. The K die has failed me. It's a natural 4. And we're going to go ahead and make one of
You're
these.
rolling 2 of my dice right now.
Yeah. You know what? We're going to use the same die. We're going to shoot Letraval at this. The 17 is a miss. So arrows 1,
See,
arrows
it's not
2,
me, it's my
arrows
dice.
3. You watch the Drow, having used their movement to get to the side wall, are going to go ahead. They both begin pulling at a set of chains. Begin pulling at these chains, and you see that 2 of the doorways begin to slowly open. One on the east, one on the west side of the room. But that's gonna be the end for their turn. That's gonna be L's turn. L, what do you got? Ma, you're on deck.
I would like to run and jump.
You would like to do a flip, is what I'm
I would
hearing?
like to do a flip to get on top of the gantry.
Do a flip.
And
You have arcane alacrity on.
yeah, so my jump distance is doubled, and I'm fairly, if I'm doing my math right, I think I can jump like 12 feet, like after taking a 10-foot start. Like
Hi, Victoria.
Victoria.
Hi. You would like to do a flip. I don't actually believe you even have to succeed an acrobatic check for this one because of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Because of your spell, your
Yeah,
effect.
with 10 feet.
Now,
the
if
running
you'd like
start.
to do an acrobatics check and you succeed, we can do a gamble here. If you'd like to do an
let's gamble.
acrobatic check, fail by 5 or more, and I'm going to have you miss this jump. But succeed, and I'll give you advantage on your first attack roll.
Let's gamble.
Who are you attacking?
I was gonna attack whoever was like closest to the east wall, pulling up the.
Perfect. You want to get one of the guys who's
I'm
doing the thing.
pretty sure I failed acrobatics.
Uh-huh.
It's 13.
A 13, it's enough. It's not failing by 5 or more, so you're able to get up there, just no bonuses.
Cool.
So you flip up, you kind of overconfident a little bit. To ready your blade. What would you like to do?
Cool. Bonus action, lightning,
All right, igniting
Weapon
your blade
burst?
with electric energy.
and I'm going to swing.
Okay.
Okay, first hit. That's going to be a 26.
Yeah, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll the second swing for me as well. You're not able to get into melee with the rest of your movement with anyone else.
Not cocked. That's going to be 16.
A 16. I am going to go ahead and use parry. So I'm going to do 1 hit, 1 miss against you. As you're kind of pulling up against you, seeing that you're coming, he brings up one of his arms, a nice bracer protecting it, and is able to just, your blade sinks in as he kind of deflects the blade. It seems that though it's leather on the outside, there's a metal core to whatever he's wielding.
Okay. Do you need anything separate?
I need nothing separate. These are just dudes.
Cool. That's going to be 17 points of damage.
He dies. He brings up his blade, and then you pull back and are able to spear him through, run him through with your sword.
I would like to non-lethally kill him
You
if
run
I
his,
can.
You run him through his
I would
leg.
like yeah,
and
thank you.
throw him off to the side.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
He's slowly
knock
bleeding
him
out.
off. He's slowly bleeding out.
Hey, Daredevil rules. You can give a man internal bleeding.
Elle, I have good news and bad news.
You
The
can
Yeah,
kill
that
him.
kills him a lot slower.
That guy is dead, or down, unconscious. He falls off to the side. However,
dies anyway.
you can't help but notice that before you're seeing the chains are continuing their momentum. Something will need to be done about this.
That's fine. We can just fight whatever's inside. The giant spider.
That would be
Spider-Brian.
whatever's inside's turn.
Yeah.
You're on the ground, and Letreville, you're on the ground. So the two of you can clearly see one of the closest gates, the one...
I'm on the ground as well.
You
I
get
got
knocked
pushed
off.
off.
You guys see this large
Do a flip.
creature. It's got two limbs that are higher up.
Believe in
It's
yourself.
got two legs, 2 arms, but its body is almost like a hemisphere. It's got mostly flat on the front side, but like a dome shaped on the back. It's got a large beetle-like head with huge mandibles, and it is absolutely slamming its fists, these clawed, pincered fists, on the gate, trying to break out.
It's a
Not getting out
chimera
this
ant.
turn. Looking over to the other side of the room, you can see another one that looks like its door is almost open enough. It's too big to fit in. These things look to be about 10 feet tall, 10 feet wide. These large beetle-like creatures, which you can make skill checks on later. That's gonna be Mai's turn. Mai.
Is there a guy at the west also doing the chains, or was it?
There's a guy over there doing
I'm
the
gonna hit
chains.
him with a guiding bolt.
I'd appreciate it if you did.
21 to hit.
21 to hit. That's a good hit. Now, I don't mean to give you too much of a peek behind the screen, but this is the guy who rolled much worse on his check to activate the mechanism.
Nice.
16 points of fire damage. Or
16
radiant damage.
16 points of radiant damage, and that is another dead drow. You watch as that one. All right, so that one, as he's surrounded by holy light, as he falls, he begins to fall off the gantry. You see that his mechanism does not continue moving. So one of them appears to be still active. The other one is, however, not. That will then be Letreville's turn.
Just to give you a Victoria. It is wild to be killed by radiant damage because you got killed by the holiness of gods.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that means you're impure, right?
Don't get weighed. Your heart.
Or measured. If be found left wanting.
Yeah, I guess that's the best he's got. Letraval, not a lot of
Wait,
space
they
for him
got
to
me.
work with here. You guys have around you, you've got a couple of these drow that are still running around the room here. Most of them are still up top. Would you like him to stay here and ready himself for the large creature?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, he's going to step before the door that looks like it's going to open, ready his weapon, and he's going to take the dodge action, keeping himself in a defensive stance, readying himself before this massive creature. Okay! A little bit scared. We'll go to the top of the round. That's going to be Thorn's turn. Thorn.
I want to move towards our
Got
new
4 drow are in the room still.
our new friend.
Yep.
I want to just be next to him,
Yep.
and then Eldritch Blast the closest drow.
Absolutely. 4 drow left. You take your shots.
Okay. 27 and a.
Those will both hit.
18.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I can see your dice in this
Cool, cool.
particular instance.
Bow, bow.
Wow, wow.
Oh shit.
Out of the box times 2? Who
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah, it must be. I got that Jake energy.
Poor Coco. She got really
Okay.
excited. Over it.
Oh, those are the dice you won in the drawing last time.
Yeah, been running them. They're doing good.
Huh.
They're doing work.
Yeah.
Why can't I do math? 13.
It's so hard.
23.
And only 3 drow remain. Another one knocked off. Wow! Falls off to the side.
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, absolutely Wilhelm's. We're going to keep on going, though. That is going to be the drow's turn. There's only 3 drow remaining. And with one of these mechanisms... Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do it that way. One of the drow, for the spinneret, is going to go ahead and try to tackle you, Elle. Draw here on the gantry.
Sure.
You can make me an acrobatics or athletics check if you'd like.
You know which one I'm
DC
taking.
The DC of this check is 12.
Natural 20 for a 29? Do I
you beat me
pass?
by more than 10.
Yeah, I do.
So as he goes to try to tackle, you want to just go ahead and toss him off to the side?
I gently sidestep
He like
and allow him to barrel himself off.
Yeah, like
Sure.
water.
He like tries to grab you. You guys kind of struggle here for a moment as he's trying to knock you off, but he's not quite able to do that, and you're eventually able to kind of dance out of the way, just kind of tiptoeing along the gantry here, and boom, managed to find him lower, and he is injured but not dead. So there's still 3 drow left. The other 2 drow that are here, however, are going to go ahead and use their attacks with their bow.
I hate range attacks.
You watch as each of them are going to pull back on their short bows. We'll both shoot Laurentius.
Do we walk into fights with like arrogant energy now?
Yes, we do.
You're so cocky. 17 to hit.
I will shield.
No hits. You do not have to make a Constitution saving throw.
We're allowed to be cocky when they keep missing.
Yeah, I've rolled like a lot of 3s and 5s.
Yeah.
That was neither of those, but
Yeah.
You rolled
firing against
17,
you.
that's good.
And they're going to use their movement. They're getting
really
as
good.
far away as possible. So you guys are still are at this point like 40 feet away from most of the party. They're almost back to the wall on the north side of the room. Or on the you guys started on the south side. So we're going to go ahead and continue down. It's going to be the creature's turn. The creature. It is not because I lied. It's Elle's turn. Elle,
Yeah.
you're the creature.
I am the creature.
You see that there
the
are
creature's imminent though.
yes, there are 2. There are 2 drow that are still entirely up and fine. 1 drow who's right below you, and the creature that looks like it's about to be released. You see the mechanism before you. The chains are continuing to pull through. It looks like whatever's started has begun to roll with the momentum.
I can't see the creature currently.
If you want to take a steps back, you could look at it and try to make skill checks about it if you wanted to.
Is it not coming like right in front of me?
No, you're on the gantry. You're above it. It's below you, behind a door. You have to walk a couple feet. You're safe, probably, from it.
No, I want to kill it.
Oh, you want the creature out?
Yeah.
You want to jump down?
Yeah.
You just fully jump
I do a
down.
flip.
You do a flip. There's a guy below you. You want to make 1 attack roll with advantage against him?
Sure, I'll.
With advantage, she said.
Literally jumping down. Yeah.
Before I take this, I want
Pause.
Yeah. Roll your die.
to.
Earl
My
Flynn.
goal for this turn is to imbue a spell into my sword.
After you do this
Yes.
first swing?
Can I still do that?
Yes. You can
Cool.
break up your attacks like that.
23.
23 absolutely hits. Roll your damage. You swing down on this injured drow from high above. He looks back. Ah,
9.
Queen protect.
15.
15, and that is you strike him down. He fully
Non-lethally.
rendered unconscious on the bottom of here of the mine.
I've killed 4 people.
L.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
As you did not use your turn to stop the mechanism, we're gonna go to the Umber.
Let me do my
sorry.
viewing the spell and second attack.
Do you want to tell me what the spell is, or is it a secret?
I'll tell you what the spell is.
What spell you got?
It's Vampiric Touch.
Yeah!
It's Vampiric Touch.
Vampiric Touch, a new 3rd level spell of yours. You begin reaching through, and there's.
What?
I was very close to taking that spell.
Yeah.
You've
We
never
could've
have you practiced this spell very much, or is this your
No,
first?
because it's very scary.
No,
Very
it's fun.
scary.
It's
The
fun, but
Holding
it's
your
scary.
sword is difficult here,
There's
as it
a
almost
concentration
feels to
size.
move towards the creatures. As you cast the spell, the blade feels almost drawn towards the unconscious drow below you. But since it's just a physical pull and not like some weird cursed weapon, you're able to pull back and ready yourself with Latraval and Thorn before the.
Being able to do it every round is pretty great, though.
I'm imbuing it into my weapon,
Yeah, you're
which
still
I get to hit with
concentrating on it,
twice.
right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of damage.
It's a
Nice.
This is the new big thing.
I know.
This
I almost took the spell.
We could be friends. Oh, wait, sorcerers can't learn spells. Maybe they can.
Boom!
That's
The
exclusively
massive
what we-
creature known as an Umber
Hulk.
Hulk hits its fist against the door once more. The mechanism finally having reached its end, the door swings wide and it begins barreling towards you. This really large creature must be hundreds of pounds.
When you were describing it, I was like, why does it sound familiar? But I don't remember. And Umber Hulk, yeah. I get it.
Hey, nice. But as it steps out, it opens its eyes wide. You see this compound eye giving a soft yellow glow. Absolutely perplexing to stare at. This odd creature is going to move forward, and it's going to make 3 attacks. It's going to swing. It's going to go ahead. Ooh, I want to split my attacks. I'm going to swing at Laurentius, and I'm going to swing the second one at Ililie. You have a question?
Do I hit? Do I get to swing?
You couldn't hold, so it's an action to hold an attack.
Okay.
You just have the spell imbued.
Cool. I'll wait.
I do apologize. You don't get to do that one for free.
That's fine.
Who did I say I was swinging at first? It's a
What?
natural 20, so it's going to
Yeah.
bypass your shield.
That hits.
And Ililie, with the other swing, that is going to be a total of an 18.
No.
An 18 misses you, because you're gross. I forgot.
Yeah.
As it strikes against you, Laurentius, that is going to be, with its claw, is huge. It's like a
DPS.
bear. A bear's arm swipes at you with these large claws. That is going to be a total of 12 points of slashing damage. A big hit. You almost get knocked off your feet briefly by it. Having actually sunk some of its damage into you, it's going to then reach forward and try... Oh, do you have a reaction?
No, I was
It is then going to try to bite you with its mandibles.
expecting like a Constitution save or something.
Oh no, there's no poison
Poisoned
here.
you.
Now your shield is still active.
Yeah.
So I don't think this will hit. Math 21.
Does not hit. By 1.
Oh,
By 1.
okay.
Is your AC 16?
17 with my shield.
Its
I did a
hardened
shield,
magical
so 20.
carapace shatters through a portion of your spell, but you're able to quickly,
Yes.
uttering these arcane words that have come to you from your blood, from this strange place in your mind, you reinforce the shield, and you watch as its mouth opens up, revealing smaller mandibles on the inside as it's
Just a giant cockroach.
trying to slice and bite at you.
Hunter.
Prey mantis?
We're gonna keep going. That'll be Mai's turn. Mai, there's still a total of 2 drow that are still up and running, far away though, and there's the Umber Hulk.
I don't like this ugly thing, so I'm gonna Scorching Ray it.
Scorching
Ugly.
Ray. Okay, it's big enough where these people in front of it do not give it cover. So go ahead and make your attack rolls against it.
So you're an 11.
I'm so sorry.
16.
How close are you to? You tell me about how close do you think you are to it?
What is Scorching Ray?
No, I'm asking. No, you're in range. I'm asking.
I'm gonna say like 30 feet away. I'm staying away from this.
I
thing.
would like
It's
you to make me a
ugly.
charisma saving throw before you tell me the. No, don't.
I remember the numbers.
Oh, okay, perfect. I trust you. You're good. Make a charisma save for me.
Charisma 14.
You look at this creature, and the yellow eyes lock onto you, You lock into yours for a moment. For a moment, you see a yellow moon on a painful day you don't want to think about. You feel this strange welling of confusion. Where are you? What is happening? You don't lose your spell slot, so ignore that. But I'm giving it to you back because we should have done this before you even said what you did and rolled dice. You cannot take reactions until the start of your next turn. And I need you to roll me a d8 to determine what actions you take during this round.
Oh, fun. A 7.
A
Is
7.
this a charm effect?
You may make one melee attack against a random creature, or if there's no one currently within your reach, you will do nothing, standing there incapacitated.
Cool, no one's within my reach.
Are you resistant to charm effects? No.
You are Fade Ancestry. This is not technically a charm effect, however. This is specifically an incapacitated.
Asimar, though.
You are not mechanically, yes, you were
Yeah.
mechanically an Asimar. But no, this is not Fade Ancestry. Thank you for reminding me, but Fade Ancestry would not apply here because you're not actually being charmed.
Ah. It sounds like a charm.
It is
Intriguing.
specifically
Effect.
it is a confusion effect. Now it is an
It's
enchantment.
actually effect. with an A.
Enchantment would be the type of effect, but it is not a charm effect.
Ah, makes sense.
So on a 7, you'll do nothing because you cannot swing. You swing your staff wide.
Yeah.
It's really impressive though. Like you do. You pose for a moment, but you are very confused here. Additionally, as this is happening here, at future turns, now that you've seen this effect at least once, you could choose to avert your eyes on subsequent turns, but that has some penalties.
Okay.
We'll keep on going.
Cast
That'll be
magic missile.
Letraval's turn. He's gonna make a charisma saving
You
throw.
don't go to see
Why
it.
don't Connor? Why don't you roll me a d20 for this charisma saving throw, adding a total of 3.
16. So
That is a-
19.
That is a pass. He looks at this thing, horrified. He's going to go ahead and make his 2 attacks against the Umber Hulk. Those will both be hits. Connor, would you like to do me a favor? Do you have a d12 already out?
Yeah. No.
Well, here's one. Roll that twice for me.
That's
That's
cocked.
cocked as fuck. 7. 12.
Gross.
Wow.
Nice.
He's going to take 2 big swings with his hammer. For Cordelia! It's going to swing twice against this creature, kind of knocking it back. He's very small compared to it, but he's, he looks like he's actually swinging it relatively well. We'll then keep going as he's going to begin rounding about it. So like he moves over towards the side of it to help you guys with flanking. That'll be Thorn's turn. Thorn, there are 2 Drow that are still up and running. You can hear them drawing out new arrows. They're going to keep shooting down at you. But there is a giant Umber Hulk. Would you like to make me a charisma saving throw,
I think
please?
I'm more concerned with the Umber Hulk, but yeah. And this isn't a charmed effect, right?
This is not, unfortunately, a charm effect.
18.
Hilariously high.
Okay.
Yeah, like 24.
Yeah, plus 9.
Yeah, gross.
So
27.
7, yeah.
You are able to resist this, and you hear in the back of your mind that presence chuckle. It's too puny for us.
Yeah. I'll take my swing with my sword.
Swing! You can take a step to the side if you want advantage, or do you want to leave the
I would-
advantage for L?
Love advantage.
Sweet. You can
Sorry.
you can step after you swing.
Okay.
You looked at me like I was gonna like
Murder
have
you.
beef. My advantage.
You spin around to the side of the Umber Hulk, making your 2 swings with your weapon.
24 to hit.
24 super hits.
And casting
Oh, so just 1 hit.
booming
blade. The
I
big.
can't do 2 hits.
Oh, you're right. Of course you can't. Not yet. Not yet. You swing with booming blade, doing a ton of damage here. All of this is going to go through. No damage resistance on any of the damage types you've used so far.
Need that D8. Where is it? I got it. Oh. Wow, that's sad. 3 plus 7, 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage, and it's surrounded by a shimmering field of vibrating thunder as this magic coalesces, bringing it in. Just
Just you notice it.
I, like,
Yeah.
do you think it's worth casting?
it reaches out, swiping just above your head, shattering more of the magical shield.
Okay, then I'll do the
Boom, boom.
I'll do the thing. I'll quicken spell.
Ooh, what are you doing?
Why can't I think of the
Thorns.
Armor of Agathis?
Oh.
I'll do it at 3rd level. Fuck it.
Nice.
Whoa.
I want that 15 extra points.
You are surrounded in this horrifying green light ever so briefly, lighting up the entire room. and filling the space. The Drow, alerted, begin firing their arrows down at you.
Can I, seeing Thorn
I'll move
do
out.
something defensive but in doing that draw some attention to himself, can I be a nuisance?
What are you asking? It's not your turn. What are you asking?
I just want to say out loud some not kind things about saying, like, you seem awfully lilac at the archers to try to draw their fire. Yeah.
Make me a persuasion check, you rude person.
Not good. Let's see. That's going to be a 10. That's a 4 on the die.
You're not quite sure if it'll change any of their
Cool.
behavior, but you've been calling out to them, doing
I'm
some
about to do
taunting.
vampiric touch, so.
It will be the Drow's turn. I'm gonna go ahead and say one of them didn't like what you said. We'll split our fire. We are gonna shoot at these two
I do a
people who are in melee.
microaggression, so.
However, so L and Laurentius. Only Laurentius's might hit. You've had your turn. Your shield is inactive. That is a 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
Need to make me a Oh
No, you're good.
You need to make you a Constitution
I was
save.
You got
thinking
armor.
side.
You
Yeah.
got Agathis' armor.
Con save, please. You're gonna take. Okay.
I'm not trying to concentrate on a spell, so just a normal.
This is actually for just the poison.
Yeah. So 20.
You're fine. DC 13.
22.
You're hilariously fine from this one. You begin pushing forward further and further, fighting against this creature. You're going to only take a total of 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Armor of Akathis is not concentration, correct?
This is not
And
concentration.
that's not actually your health, it's your temporary HP that should go away.
Right, yeah.
Now, it's only melee attackers that would take the damage from the armor, correct?
Right.
Well, don't worry. After L's turn, who's next, we're going to get more of those more of those melee
5
attacks.
total?
5 total damage. L, the arrow flies past you.
Damn.
He calls out something very similar about you. Well, you look awful pink.
Actually hit me before you say something.
That'll be your turn. Ember Hulk is next, and then Mai, you're still on deck. L, it is the start of your turn. I do believe we may have missed this last time, so I will ask you to make your charisma saving throw rather than ask if you want to avert your
Yeah.
eyes. Is that fair?
Fair.
My apologies for missing that on L's turn.
She thought she went first, so she wouldn't have to do it.
That is exactly correct. That's why she didn't.
Oh my
have done it
gosh, I
last
think I
time.
failed. A 7. Such a fail.
Roll me a D8.
Confusion.
1. Damn.
You watch as L, bringing this weapon up high above her, freezes, captivated by his eyes. Those eyes, they're so yellow.
I've never been captured by man's eyes.
You.
I think it's not a
She
man.
could be a Lady Umber Hulk.
Going based on pronouns, sorry.
Oh, you meant like,
Yeah.
okay, boy, girl. Okay.
But looking, you just stare at
I-
these yellow eyes, and you just remember being so young and jubilee, dancing under the moonlight with all of your family and friends, big campfire.
Dancing
Norm-
in the moonlight.
No, different guy.
Feeling warm and fire bright.
Oh, no.
Again.
Victoria.
Yeah, it's for Victoria.
Yeah, it's for Victoria. But you are out for the round. We'll keep on going. That is going to be the Umber Hulk's turn. Umber Hulk,
I lose my spell then.
you are
I can't hold it more than one round. It's a concentration spell. The last 1
concentration
minute.
spell.
But
You
is my
do not have any condition that would stop you from concentrating on a spell.
Right. You can
Dope.
take damage.
Right. Well, so you're not actually incapacitated. I should not use that word.
some conditions will take your
Yeah, if you're incapacitated.
yeah, which I'm
All
not.
right.
You're not.
It is the Umber Hulk's turn. The Umber Hulk, knowing that it captivated someone, like using that effect, is going to still split its melee attacks against the two of you, but then we'll try to bite you, Mr. Thorn. I'm going to make both attacks at Thorn first. Go ahead and mark this one as our mandibles.
So a swing and a bite.
A swing and a bite. The lower number is a 19.
I guess they both
You
hit.
want to do them both?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're in melee.
He loves getting stabbed. Absolutely loves it. It's going to be 24 total points of damage.
Okay. They take 15 points of ice.
I hit you twice, so twice the damage.
Well, the first attack, did it do more than 10?
it did do more than 10 damage.
Okay, so then the first, it would just be the 15.
15 points of damage, and he is looking rough. You burst outwards with this cold force that fires out away from you. And the claw attack is going to be UL. I don't know if that hits. 18 misses you, doesn't it? Reaches down, knocks you off your feet. You're kind of knocked on your ass here and kind of begin snapping out of it.
I gotta say, it's better for me to be hit.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Absolutely. That will then will continue on. Is going to be Mai's turn. Mai, would you like to avert your eyes? Or
I
do you
would like to
Okay,
avert my eyes.
if you are averting your eyes, you cannot cast spells that target him,
That's
and
fine.
you are considered blinded for effects that affect him.
Can I get within 30 feet of both the 2 drow and the spider thing?
This room is less than 60 feet long, so yes, it's not a. It's a giant beetle. It's a beetle man.
I'm gonna do one of my channel divinities of Radiance of the Dawn and Bright Light.
What happens?
It's 2d10.
It's con save, I bet, right?
Right, nice.
Yep, a con save.
Umber Hulk fails. The Drow 16 fails for you, I think.
16 is exactly passed.
Okay, so the Drow, one of them will pass, one of them will fail. What's the damage?
17 points of damage, half on a save.
You burst outwards, dealing 17 points of damage to the now bloodied Umber Hulk, and 2 Drow burn up in the holy light. And you see, as they collapse, you can't help but notice dozens of spiders on the walls begin bursting around, defeated from this desecrated chamber filled with the energies of Lulth.
Gross. Spiders are gross.
Spiders are gross. That will be Sir Letraval's turn. He is going to kind of looking around what's going on. Can I have advantage from you? Do you mind if I
Smack
flank with you?
him.
Yeah. I'm going to go round about the sides, and I'm going to go ahead and he's going to take his 2 swings. Alex, go ahead and look at this for me.
2 nat ones?
No. It's a nat 1 and a nat 2, which means it's not a nat, it doesn't go to the crit corner.
Right.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, and the second one will hit. Okay. You watch as he goes over, trying to get some more damage on him, but is unable to kind of get in there. Kind of has to shield his eyes from the light ever so briefly. Gets a little distracted and is going to keep fighting. You're doing just fine. We'll then continue along to the top of the round. It's going to be Thorn's turn, and there are no Drow left. Would you like to avert your eyes, or do you want to make that save again?
I have to make it again?
Every turn.
I'll make it again.
Okay.
9 plus 9, 18.
You are successful. You were just fine.
I'll take my swang.
Okay.
Is there a way I can move to advantage or no?
Yep, totally fine.
Cool.
You guys are just constantly spinning around this.
Yeah.
You're running around dodging as he's swiping, shattering bits of track from the old mine cart.
Swinging down with.
The Umber Hulk picks up one of the
Booming
Drow
blade.
and swings him at somebody.
18 to hit.
18 is exactly his armor class.
Sick. Where did my D? There we are. Sucks. 4 plus 7. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. This Umber Hulk, hurt, scared, begins kind of pulling back. You watch as this weird thunderous cloud around him begins disappearing. You watch as he begins tunneling. He starts to scrape the ground beneath him. But Elle, it is your turn before his. You watch as this Umber Hulk, it looks like it's about to try to start tunneling out of here. You've heard of Umber Hulks before. They're naturally can tunnel through stone and dirt.
Okay. Do I need to make another save?
If you want to look at him, yes.
I have blind sight on. It doesn't help me because I need my eyes technically open, right? Even though they're magical
Not
eyes.
blind sense, right?
Not blind
sight?
sense.
It's not
blind-
blind sense, it's blind sight.
My phone is very dead. And so
I'm not sure.
Do you need mine?
I can try to look
Wait a
it up in
second.
the
Wait a
page.
second. I'm going to make a ruling that is not a permanent ruling. It is. I'm making.
In the moment.
Is an in the moment ruling. I'm happy with that. L. In this moment, with how large the creature is, how obvious it is, I will allow you to close your eyes to use your blind sense here.
Cool.
So go ahead. Now, what I will say, here's the downside. I'm not going to give you advantage from flanking, as I don't believe you'll be able to be tactical with that. Is that fair?
Fair.
Okay. Make your 2 attacks.
First attack.
That's my die.
It landed perfectly between 2. I'm just gonna reroll it.
Reroll it.
Yeah, I've never seen a dice do that.
was
it was
weird, yeah.
it was perfectly between
like, on
2,
edge.
but balanced.
Yeah.
That's gonna be 16.
Miss. You swing down, not quite able to sink your blade into its thick carapace.
How does 28 do?
28, you sink your blade into its thick carapace.
Did I take any damage, by the way?
I
Had I?
No.
No?
No, not since you left.
I'm the only one that took damage.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Okay. 8, 12, 16, 17. Anything separate?
Is this lethal damage?
No.
Kill it.
Kill it. It's a monster.
23. Not that great.
23. L, blinded, kind of swinging wildly for a while. The creature brings its arm down, like tries to slash down at L, clanging against some of her armor on the outside. But in that moment with the contact, L brings up using her arcane eye and is going to slash across its chest. You see some of this yellow bile spew out from the outside. It doesn't look like it's a lethal wound from where you are, but it kind of stumbles back and falls onto its large, you've seen beetles. They have like the outer wings, the hardened wings, protect that. It falls back, cracking against the stone, and the room is still once more.
Oh?
Latreval just,
Hey, you lived.
how did you do that with your eyes closed?
I run a 5K every morning.
She's fucking with you. I punch
I
her in the arm and I say, "Good job, bud."
Yeah.
Punch your
It's
partner.
not the 5K though, right? That doesn't sound right.
It absolutely is the 5K. Running a 5K every morning gives you magical powers. You know, like One Punch Man.
Well, that wasn't too bad. Suppose we go return to the Lord. And
What?
We're not.
This is the first room.
This is the warm-up fight.
This is the warm-up.
But there was a monster.
Yeah.
Drow.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so many more.
Did you hear the other monster in the other cage? There's that one.
That one.
Yeah.
It's like slamming against. It looks like these doors might be reinforced. Now that you're closer, though, and maybe some of these ocular magics, maybe some of it's your natural talents for magic. It appears that these doors have some sort of abjuration magic that has been cast upon them to keep them reinforced.
Cool. Should we go to the next room?
Yeah, we should keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. Before we keep going, I'm gonna go ahead and just, because it lasts a while, I'll just do another pop of Armor of Agathis.
You reform this magic armor. Do you want to lead the group then? Is that what you prefer?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Luckily, like, Elle, you can be right there with him with your magic eyes and stuff. That's not a problem.
Yeah. You got good normal eyes. I got magic eyes. Thor is leading.
I'll be in the back.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
Moving with Latreval. Two people with heavy clanking armor sitting like, maybe
I don't
like
have
15 or so
magic
feet back,
eyes.
Yeah.
walking a
You're
little
good
bit
at
further
like,
away.
stuff.
Now that you're in the tunnel,
You also roll well.
you you continue northward, continuing into the far side of the room, the side that they appeared to be protecting. Pushing through further, you start seeing signs that people have actually been living here. You see the discarded chairs and chests of whatever used to be here, but then lilac pillows. There are these tapestries that have been put on the wall. There's these barrels that have been filled with this strange, softly glowing fungus, and on some of these tables you can see partially eaten bits of this mossy fungus. One of the tapestries here depicts a city. It's all been sewn in grays and blacks, with small, thin lines of like this very muted sort of green, like little pockets in with the rest of the city.
Oh, because Drow live these Drow live underground, and they have
underground.
dark vision, so they can't see in color most of the time.
Almost never.
Oh.
Looking around, the only sparks of the color around looks to be this trio of
wife in black
mostly
and white.
circular things near the center of this beautiful
Sad.
city. Beautiful is a rough word. This large
does
city
Is
is
this
depicted.
the city we were just in, or is this?
This is an underground city. It appears to be a depiction of Stypax.
We should take this.
Are we murdering all these people?
No, but just in case, it wouldn't ever hurt.
Let's take art.
I have a
Yeah, we can take
bag
it.
if you want me to carry something.
Yeah, I guess we could take it.
I think it's Meaty would be upset with us if we didn't take the fun tapestry.
Oh yeah,
I should look for a
Oh,
gift
yeah.
for Cordelia while we're here.
That's fair.
that's fair.
Yeah, I guess it's a gift for his meanie, actually.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
rug.
Yeah.
We'll tell her we found on the ground, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
definitely not made of spider silk or anything.
It's very light and very durable.
It's spider silk.
It's
I
absolutely.
feel like I'm
very-
robbing these people of their cultural works. Am I the British Museum?
Yes.
You all
Could be wrong,
continue
Connor.
moving through here. Now, folks who are in the front, you've got. I would like you both to make a perception check, and I would like Elle to make it with advantage due to ocular magic as you're looking through, just checking for traps. As you're moving. You have it naturally, don't you?
Because of my shield.
Don't worry about me, because I rolled 2 4s. Which is not
You
good.
do have. By the way, you should on your passive perception make a note there. +5. It's 5 higher than what you're seeing. Passive skills have a +5 if you have advantage on the roll, and a -5 if you have disadvantage on the roll.
So my passive perception shouldn't be 15?
It should be 20 if you're holding the shield.
Oh, shit.
God damn it.
Okay, well, I rolled a
You're
math.
coming for Mai's brand.
I rolled a math 20.
You guys are very hard to sneak up on,
Yeah.
actually.
I'm
If Mai had that shield, it'd be gross.
I'm very easy to sneak up
23 would
on.
be fun.
Keeper situation.
Yeah.
Eber didn't have great passive
Finland
perception.
did that, yeah.
Yeah, Finland had great passive.
So, as you're pushing through here, there are several points.
Ice ball.
There are several points where you guys have to stop and navigate small pitch traps. At one point, there's a door that you check that looks to have had some sort of strange, like injector dart system that has been set up in the handle. This place has been rigged to all high hell, just covered in these traps as you're pushing through here. You take your time slowly pushing through here.
Does Let know how long the problem has been happening? These people have been here a while.
It's been a couple of months.
Jeez.
Yeah, it would take that long.
They've attacked.
to do this, I feel like.
Yeah. To set up an
They've-
elaborate maze of traps?
It all started with them attacking the different mines, but we ended up stationing a lot of guards there. And after that, they started attacking people on the road, and so we sent more patrols, and they just, well, we've had several break-ins in the city.
More guards doesn't necessarily solve
Seems
the
like they're
problem.
pretty smart. Attacking on the road.
Sandra,
to drive you away.
Lord Hyattberry is sparing no expense to protect the city.
Except for calling for help elsewhere.
We've not heard word from Ladria.
The blades didn't come?
It's a busy time.
Oh. Interesting. Taking that note.
With that perception check, I do want to note one thing you find as you're kind of pushing through. You start, as you continue moving through, there's junctions you have to kind of pass through, and here you feel like you maybe have come to not a dead end, but perhaps not something that is where you want to go. You find sort of natural sort of cave entrance. You can't help but notice a disturbed section of the ground. The dirt here looks to have a large, wide trail and a collection of these strange circular prints that have been placed. They're only a few inches wide, and they're separated from the actual drag marks.
How many prints?
Look like there's. The difficult thing is because they're not footprints. Give me a survival check. And I'll let someone else roll this too if they like. Everyone can see this.
I'll look for it.
14.
I will stay back
15.
here.
The 15, just barely.
Let me see what
They're spider tracks.
These tiny little dots. What was yours?
Oh no, I wasn't helping.
These tiny little dots are so delicate, but they're so wide set apart. Are these spider tracks?
Yeah.
But the strange thing is that it appears as if something was being dragged behind them, but you're not sure how a spider could do that. Like they were holding some sort of, like, it looks like some sort of large amorphous shape, like a bag or a backpack.
Well, they didn't have
Maybe a collection of chests that are tied together in ropes. It looks like something was brought through here a while ago.
Okay.
perhaps the silver they took from the cart
Yeah.
or the wagon.
But there are two sets of tracks, so two spider-like creatures passed through here.
I feel
It was a
it's easy
while
to
ago.
Tie things to a spider and let it drag it.
You could treat them like a draft animal.
And spiders also have spider silk, spider
Yeah.
web.
Mm-hmm.
They could drag things.
They don't make spiders this big. They'd have to be like 8 feet wide.
Oh, they do.
We've literally met spiders this big.
Haven't we
Yeah.
seen giant spiders before? Or they have seen?
I've never seen a spider that big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
definitely-
I'm the dumb knight.
Be
Yeah,
ready, bud.
yeah. They make big spiders.
Hey, welcome to your first adventure.
Are you scared of spiders in particular?
Welcome to the world of monsters.
Yeah.
Ooh,
They're
this might not be a
bad.
pleasant
So-
ride for you.
Remember that-
Wrong.
remember
Wait,
that-
hey, does Lord Hyatt know that you're scared of spiders?
He can never know.
Do you?
Yeah, you'll definitely never
Just
know.
don't know.
He'll definitely never know now.
Well,
I
there
thought he
can
did.
never be
this
spiders
torture.
that big, is your logic, right? What did we just kill? It was a giant bug, right?
I don't like where any of this would lead us.
I'm just saying.
Perhaps we should return.
Nope, we're not leaving until we solve the problem.
You said retreat was appropriate. We could bring the entire militia.
For you, it is. Let's go.
Get better. Get good. Come on.
Okay.
No
Where's your
empathy.
adventuring spirit? Keep going.
Literally like a
I'm
priest.
a lover, not a fighter.
We only have.
Who are you loving?
sympathy.
Who are you loving?
It is chivalrous.
So you're not a lover either.
Courtly love is an unappreciated art.
Yeah, for poetry.
So he's- never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
So he's not a lover, but he's also not a fighter.
Yeah, sure.
He's sort of something,
He is
some
literally-
other third thing.
Yeah.
He took a 2-level dip in lover.
Yeah. He's got a level 5 and
What?
something.
On his third level, he gets
Level
his
5,
class
yeah.
feature.
Or V, as some people would say.
Having found
Yeah,
these
the card he'll pull is
strange
one with a V on it.
spider-like tracks, should you keep on moving through the dungeon? These mine tunnels. I'm gonna kind of push us forward a little bit here. And you come upon a soul creeping drow trying to find you, but failing due to the pass without trace, which is still very much active. You've been here for about 25-30 minutes, kind of sneaking around. When you guys get the drop on someone, how do you handle getting the drop on one of these drow? Want to do it?
I don't know if I'm good enough to
Athletics check with advantage.
do it. Fine, I'll try. I'll try.
I think you're the best one at it, to be honest.
Best in this party does not mean good. For athletics, actually, I'll take that back.
She's so sweet.
It's an 18.
An 18. I'm going to go ahead and contest that. Good dog. Good dog. Okay, fine. A natural 1. 1 point of piercing damage.
I take it.
You take it. You've got this guy
And I'll
here.
whisper, stop struggling, or this is going to get much worse for you.
Make an intimidation check with advantage. That's scary. You guys begin to kind of surround this drow.
16. Mm-hmm. If you scream.
Do you have? Is there a blade out?
I have stuff.
You put a staff against his neck.
No, he has.
You could be bludgeoned. Start bludgeoning or getting
I'll chop it. I'll crush it. I'll smash it. I'm following.
I'll just,
pop lock or drop
I'll just
it.
touch him with the sword.
You just delicately drawing a little line on him. Not cutting, just barely shy, holding this shattering blade.
Yeah. I remove it.
What do you want? Why have you come to this place?
Where's your mistress?
What do you want with the mistress?
To kiss her on the mouth.
That is an honor you do not deserve.
Says you. Anyway, where is she?
Don't lie. I'll know.
He's very good at that.
He will.
The mistress is left along with the Driders.
Back to, Stypax?
Yes.
Is he lying?
Detect thoughts.
Boom, 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 boom. Give me an insight check as I describe his service level. Unless you're pressing. Are you pressing?
I'll press, yeah. There's no reason not to.
You're like, we can raise his
Yeah,
okay,
mind
I'll press.
as a treat.
16 is my charisma save.
That is a fail.
Okay, so
DC is 7.
remind me what happens here as you're asking him this. Give me.
I know
give me-
surface thoughts at first, and then I can probe deeper for additionals.
They're going to kill her. Why would they want to kill her? Why are these any series of slurs about service worlders and uplanders? But he's so confused by Thorn.
You're like an enigma.
What?
Everywhere we go, people are like, what the hell is up with Thorn?
No one knows what he is. What's his deal?
Sorry, I would have looked it up. My phone is dead, so I
No,
can't
it's
do
all
my
good.
quick searches. I think
there
it's
it is.
Xanathar's. Oh, it's not a Xanathar's spell?
You check thoughts?
It's it's
Okay.
base.
As you peer into
you-
his mind, his spidery mind.
To probe deeper, succeed a wisdom save, fails, you gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something it looms large in its mind. As
Yeah.
something it worries over, loves, or hates. Questions verbally direct to the creature naturally shape the course of its thoughts, so the spell is particularly effective against interrogations.
Perfect. Very good.
Are we good
Laurentius.
at Dungeons and Dragons, guys?
As you guys stand here taunting this this man, trying to take information from him as him and his people have been hurt. You see him; his thoughts are flashing. He's participated in these raids, attacking people on the street, in the streets, on the roads. He told a half truth. There was a pair of creatures he calls driders. These centaurs, but the bottom is spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, a pair of driders were dragging away some of the loot. A lot of the loot's still here because they only had 2 driders. But she didn't go with them. She is below. As you're asking where, you get a general sense of the direction of where to go here. But he keeps looking at you with familiarity.
Who is she?
His mind, you see a drow woman, unfamiliar to you. She doesn't ring a bell here. You see this decadently dressed priestess. She's garbed in a long, this silken sort of scarf, though after it wraps around her neck, covering parts of her torso and then wrapping around her waist like a belt, bound by this purple sash at her hips. She rests in the mine shaft. Sitting here, you see a kneeling drow man as she's plucking grapes from a plate. I know. Just
Go boss.
girl boss shit. Yeah, of course. But as she's sitting here, the name forms in your mind, and you've heard it once before. Kyori Tula, a priestess of Lolth, a spider priestess here. But his mind is drifting off to someone else. He's looking at you. Do I know you? That was an actual question.
Does he know me?
Oh,
Did he say it out loud?
Yeah.
I've never met you before. I don't know how you know me.
Don't get mad. Do you know Priscilla? Thorn shared this name with us a really long time ago.
I'm surprised you remember.
I'm surprised too.
I take notes.
I don't want to roll this. I want Connor to roll a d20 for me.
Connor's.
High is what you want.
19.
Oh God. We
As
actually
he
saw
starts to
Thorn.
make a comment of not, I would know nothing of a surface or Priscilla. Periscalia.
Thorn.
I mean, I want to make another save, but I don't get to. I just don't, do I?
No, but Thorn is going to grab this man by the throat, plant him on the ground, and be like, "Where is she? Where is Priscilla? You know where she is. Tell me."
Paris Kelly.
You just see his mind racked. He's thinking of ways to go. You see, like, moments, flashes in his mind of him reaching, trying to grab for a dagger, or him reaching, trying to do something here as you're kind of shaking him, throttling him. You see a flash to a dark city. 3 green pools in the center. Closer, you see these women and that are walking forward with this procession of drow men behind them. The man would hand her this strange, like, vase sort of thing with a pair of fangs at the front, and as she pours it out, more of this green venom into this massive pool. laying in the center of the pool on a essentially floating stone is a Drow woman. You don't recognize her. But as he looks, you see here, he's one of the men. He's offering this gift. He's serving his matron. He was serving the priestess here. You look forward and see a woman with your eyes sitting at the center of the pool in the city. The seer, Paris, or Priscilla, as she would be known to Uplanders. Connor, you mad at me?
No. Thorn's gonna throw him aside and
Hey. What was the silver for?
I need you to make me an intimidation check because I need to know if this man is about to scream at the top of his lungs now that he's not directly being touched.
Jesus Christ, rolling hot. 24.
The seer has demanded it. We're one of the excursions sent to retrieve more.
For weapons?
They said they needed it at the venom pools. I do as my matron demands.
Do you need him? Lord?
No, I'm gonna start proceeding towards
Thorn, your passive perception would show he's just tried to subtly draw a knife.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, make your attack rolls. It's almost helpless.
Oof. Natural 1 on 1, and then a.
Well, no, that would be it'd be advantage with these.
Oh.
I do apologize. He's a fully helpless opponent.
I'll roll 2 more. Jeez. Why can't I do math?
Connor's gonna be
15.
mad at me later.
15, and then a 23.
The man rises to his feet, a hiss in his breath as he tries to drive a dagger into the closest member of the party. It looks like he is aiming towards Mai, finding a weakness in your armor. You don't wear a helmet, correct?
No.
But trying to find the perfect place to sink his blade into your neck. He rises up as a pair of blasts, before he can even complete a single motion, strike him, and he crumples to the ground.
You ready?
Let's keep moving.
Okay.
What the hell was
quiet.
that?
Shh, we're still being sneaky.
You good, Thorn?
Yeah, let's go.
I'll take that as a no, but we'll proceed.
We'll deal with trauma after this.
Thorn's never been traumatized in his goddamn life.
No.
Except for all the many times he's been traumatized.
Do we know where we're going?
Deeper.
Deeper.
Down.
Can I use my blind sight to look out for any... Is there any way down?
You've been seeking out.
Yeah.
You've got with both their blind sight and this the knowledge that Thorn just pulled from that now dead man's mind.
Do you remember when you did a murder?
I've done many.
Should okay. I'm not trying to be bad. Do we need help?
No.
Not even the militia. Your friend, the Issel noble woman.
What would she... I mean, it would be nice to have extra fireballs, but...
We'll be good.
Oh. We're very capable. Also, if you're worried because of blood, first of all, that means nothing. And second of all, I'm also a noble. It's fine. And if you start depending on nobles to take care of every situation, you're going to end up dead in 6 months.
Yeah, you're gonna be very disappointed.
6 weeks.
Thorin is just as capable as me, so is Mai, and they are both of the same, whatever, non-noble birth status.
I'll keep you alive.
He just raised that guy's mind and then killed him. So you should be more worried about
He said-
Thorin than me.
Because you guys talk some of the words are out loud.
Yeah.
Priestess,
Yeah, we're gonna go kill a woman.
spider priestess.
Spider
Yeah,
beast.
evil person. We're gonna go kill them.
Want to kill the spider bitch?
Yeah.
Spider woman.
Spider woman.
There we go.
Terrible. It's bad without that, and I'm sorry. I
You should
shouldn't have
be.
said that.
Yeah,
It's unbecoming of a knight.
exactly. Chivalry and all that.
He readies his hammer like he's ready to follow you guys.
He learned a lot of valuable lessons in the last 5 seconds.
I'm sorry. Let's do this.
Yeah, quiet.
He's very clunk, clunk, clunk.
I'm going to steal his armor
The defiant smiles
and
begin
melt it.
pushing deeper into the cavern. Occasionally, you're going to run into these patrols of 1 or 2 of them, but unfortunately for me, due to your current level of strength, a singular 1 or 2 of these, not much. You are aware the alarm is on. They know you're here. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get a surprise. You're not going to surprise them here. As you're moving, getting closer and closer, are there any last minute preparations you're making as you're here?
I'm gonna pull my weapon. I'm gonna light it up. That's it.
Assuming like once you're where you need to be, you find the old foreman's office.
I cast Bless on these 3.
You bless the talented members of the current party.
Yeah.
Do you want to say? Do you have something you're saying? At this? You don't have to give a whole long speech, but
Moon Mother watch over us.
okay. Invoking the blessings of the Moon Mother. As you do that here, you feel. It wasn't that you felt the pressure before, but it's like there was a pressure of this cave that is banished from you as you invoke this blessing. You realize that it was a deeply uncomfortable place for all of you. Maybe less for Thorn, though. Who knows?
Nature versus nurture.
I would never. The audacity of you to even say that.
We were in front of a foreman's office?
Yeah, there's an actual. This place here appears more finished with a solid railing, and you can see that there's actually a couple of the carts that are nearby that would lead up to the surface towards that initial room that you were at. You do not see a way to power or move the carts, save for literally pushing them, at least without any further inspection. The room itself does not appear. The door itself doesn't appear to have any obvious traps with your insane passive perception.
Hey, Thorn, you
Sorry.
feeling any deja vu?
Of what?
Do you remember last time we were in front of a foreman's office?
No.
God damn it. Too many hits. Oh my gosh. The company town we were at. We went to the foreman's office.
You did go to the foreman's office there.
We readied our weapons outside of the foreman's office with carts inside.
I remember that.
Never mind, just me. Whatever. Elle feels a moment of nostalgia that is unshared by her friends.
You guys see this kid, the kid is amping himself up. He's ready. You see he actually stamps his he tamps his foot down like a bull would, ready.
Hey,
We're good.
She's got a spider motif, man. That's not all right.
You gotta let go of the spider thing.
absolutely cannot.
Go to therapy or something. I don't know.
if there's
I need
anything
therapy after this fight.
I can prepare that may last a while, is there a spell I can cast before we go into this place?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hand on Elle's shoulder.
Me?
I'll cast haste.
I just became so much more powerful. I've been waiting for this moment.
Oh, so we're not talking. Gotcha.
No, we're just skilled.
No. Gotcha.
Thorn, I knew we were friends
Yeah.
this whole time.
Cue
I'm like
cue
almost on the
jump
verge
jet.
of
Here we
tears.
go. Let's go. Come on.
I'm just so happy for this moment.
Bless and haste.
How we open the door? Elle, are you opening the door?
Yeah.
I'm ready to kick this door open.
You guys see, boom, this lightning bolt of a kick as you kick the door open, and the four of you
you
begin
read the text.
bursting inside. The room opens up, well
Speed
lit,
doubled,
wooden
AC2,
finish.
one extra action.
It pushes
Yes.
out, though you can see
Action.
that it's partially
Attack,
open.
use objects. Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just trying to explain haste.
You're fine. It's open to one side. You see that
Action.
resting in a large chair covered in furs is this drow woman. You saw her in that mine. She's got this she got like a long draping silk scarf, a sash. In one of her hands there is a coiled up long whip. The other holds a scepter. Well then. She cracks her scepter on the ground and begins to stand. You see, looking around the rest of the room, you see a desk that has been like put into disrepair, has been shattered and damaged. But around it, there's piles of these chests filled with silver. There are a couple of Drow attendants that begin stepping up. The Drow here wearing this sort of these long bits of leather armor, but it's ornamental in ways. There's portions of it that are just missing altogether, but you can see soft glowing on top of them, like there's some sort of magical enhancement here. They begin to step closer and closer towards you, and you watch as she stands, scepter in hand, cracking to the ground. We're in intercession there.
Damn it.
I'm the worst. With haste.
Remember that. 'Cause
Oh.
I won't.
I will. I wrote it.
I'll put
you
it in.
can't read this, but it's on there.
There's gonna be violence, isn't there, when we start the next session?
Yeah.
I've already
I was
played
like,
out.
I genuinely was like, I don't know if this priestess is going to, if her backstory is going to exist. I think she's going to get stabbed, and that seems like next week, when we come back here on Friday, you're gonna be seeing a lot of spider lady stabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Connor, how you feeling? Do you have like a tragic backstory or something? What's your deal?
Connor would never make mysterious character in his life.
Might have one.
Do you know your backstory?
I know some of it.
You did
It's
ask.
not
You asked
fully
to be,
fleshed out.
You asked to be kept in the dark.
Yeah, I did.
That's what you get. Well, you know what? Maybe sometime soon, not this Sunday, we'll be having a footnotes to talk a little bit more about that backstory. What do you say, Connor? Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I've been Matthew here at Stories D4, and these have been some incredible players. We appreciate you coming to join us, and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.